But it's the hottest day of the summer. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Pick up Bud Light at your local convenience store today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Life is full of ifs. If you see potential in every day, if you push for that promotion, and even bigger ifs like if you say, I do. If you can cash flow like a pro and get paid up to 2 days early, if you can safeguard against surprises and supercharge your savings, the if in life becomes less iffy. Regions Life Banking makes it possible. If you're interested.
Let's talk about the if in life. Regions Bank, embrace the if in life.
Regions Bank, member FDIC.
Hey, it's Carlos, and you don't have to be a boxer to train like one. Port Orange Boxing and DeLand Boxing are Central Florida's #1 boxing facility where you can lose weight, get in shape, and have fun. It's what I'm doing. Every week I'm there. It's a safe environment, no experience necessary. They even have a one-of-a-kind kids boxing program. And your first class is free. You say, hey, I heard Carlos and the Monsters. He's going to hook you up with free boxing equipment, wraps, and boxing gloves, just like the ones I got. So go to PortOrangeBoxing.com or DeLandBoxing.com and tell him Carlos sent you.
Get ready for some serious price relief from International Diamond Center. Starting August 1st, IDC's Summer of Savings event is back with 2 amazing offers. First, you can get 20% off all wedding bands. Yes, save 20% off every stunning wedding band. Thousands to choose from, all top designers included. Or for everything else at IDC, you can choose offer number 2. 3 years, 0 interest finance, and IDC will cover your first 2 payments. That's right, you can get a beautiful engagement ring, bracelet, or pendant. Spread your payments over 36 months, and IDC will even cover your first 2 payments. Earrings, anniversary bands, even certified diamonds. At International Diamond Center, we know these days you want and deserve the best possible value. So we're rolling back both prices and finance rates. So come see us in August and get an extraordinary 20% off the top savings on all wedding bands. Or buy anything else and get 3 years, 0 interest finance, and let us even take care of the first 2 payments. Get ready to save at International Diamond Center's Summer of Savings event starting August 1st. 4 Orlando locations. On approved credit. Some product restrictions apply.
This month, everyone's heading back to school. But while you've been busy buying new notebooks, backpacks, and lunchboxes, I've been coming up with a plan to help you buy a ride that's just too cool for school. Hey, it's RC Hill from RC Hill Mitsubishi, and I've got your key to looking fine in the car line. Right now, you could drive a nice new car for just $9 down. Don't sit in the car line with a car you hate. Ditch your old ride. You be proud to show off in the new 7-seater 2023 Outlander or the stylish Mirage. Cleanest gas car in America, 43 miles per gallon, starting at $15,900. And hey, if you've gotten a low credit score from the School of Hard Knocks, don't worry. My credit specialist, great on a curve, with rates from 0%. And our used car supercenter has over 100 fresh trade-ins starting at $5,900. Visit me to finish your back-to-school shopping, and you could drive home in a nicer, newer car for just $9 down. Hurry, this deal's done when the school bell rings. I'm RC Hill. I'm your car dealer next door. See all my A-plus rides at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Offers require bank approval. See dealer for details.
Injured? Hire America's largest injury firm, Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind Studios. Why Kaufman & Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, GRAND, G-R-A-N-D, GRAND. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Real Radio 104.1.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The 3 best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Thursday, July 27th, 2023. Lots to get to today, from the truth about UFOs
So tell your kids not to do fairy flying. And sorry about your luck, here's some Kentucky Fried Chicken. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Heidi ho.
Hello, C-Lane.
What's happening?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Thursday?
Good.
Not bad. Yeah. Not bad.
How are you?
Got up a little early though.
You rude awakening this morning,
A
Celia?
little bit. Yeah.
How early?
I think I started hearing rumblings around like 7-ish.
Oh, God. They're starting work on your roof that early?
By the time that I came outside because they needed me to move my car, it was like 7:40, and one of the dudes already had his shirt off.
My God.
I would
Jeez.
start that early too.
I don't know how they do that. I do not know how some of you are out there working on roofs right now, working in attics. Bless your souls.
For
We're
real.
so happy that you exist out there to help the rest of us out. And the people on C-Lane's roof, if they're listening, thank you for being you.
I think the attics are worse than the roofs.
Oh, my
right?
God. It's like 1,000,000 degrees in there.
Like, I mean,
And itchy, right? Isn't it? With all the
yeah,
fiberglass?
you don't want to get up in
Can't
the
be.
attic. I've never been in my attic, and I don't plan to be.
so like you have your roof guys that I have right now, but then you have like your Mills Air types when they're doing those installs and they got to do duct work, and you're like, whoa,
God almighty. Yeah, no good.
Yikes.
But it is hot out there, as we all know. So let's go over to the United Nations as we put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. Folks, new term just dropped. We got a brand new term.
Drop.
No longer global warming. We don't have to worry about that anymore. Thankfully, global warming, phew, we're past it. We don't have to worry about that. What's the new term? Let's see.
And for scientists, it is unequivocal. Humans are to blame. All this is entirely consistent with predictions and repeated warnings.
All right?
Yes,
The only surprise is the speed of the change. Climate change is here, it is terrifying, and it is just the beginning.
Oh, boy.
The era of global warming has ended, the era of global boiling has arrived.
Global boiling?
All right.
I don't like the sound of that.
Are we human lobsters?
I guess so. That's what we're doing now. We're past global warming. We're on to global boiling. So boil away, friends, as we just get into life. Oh,
it feels like I'm boiling.
I know. Yeah, it's thick and soupy out there, and not a good time. But thanks to all you working outside and hanging out with the show today. We always appreciate
We
that.
turn down that AC.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, see, I'll do that during the break.
Cold as possible.
Can't reach it here just yet, but
Hey Siri.
no, that's not on the system just
Damn
yet.
it.
Damn it, you activated my phone. Yesterday was the big day for this UFO hearing. It got weird. We played some of the clips from this. There was a guy who was promising that the U.S. has an alien spacecraft and maybe a dead alien or two.
Under oath.
Under oath, he said this in front of Congress, and then when they said, give us more information, where is this? What? And he said, I'll tell you behind closed doors. I'll tell you about this.
So, despite being under oath, he doesn't have to tell them?
There's some stuff, because he was a member of a governmental organization, there's some stuff where he goes, I can't actually tell you here publicly, but I can tell you privately. And then, I don't know, maybe they're sworn to secrecy when they hear it behind closed doors. Even if I thought all of them were crazy, which I kind of do, I would still go behind closed doors and be like, tell me the alien story.
And they would say no, because we know you're going to talk about it on your radio show.
Too bad. I want to know, and I'm going to tell everybody about this. There were some weird moments yesterday, so I figured what we could do is just crawl through some of them, since I know you folks weren't watching C-SPAN. What did you miss? What was happening out there? Are the UFOs and the little green men real? Here's what they said yesterday.
I did meet with one member of the flight crew who took the image. The image was of something that I am not able to attach to any human capability, either from the United States or from any of our adversaries.
Ooh.
And they saw a sequence of 4 craft in a clear diamond formation, for which
Why is Gates talking about this?
You know what? This is the weirdest thing about this is aliens are bipartisan. Aliens are a bipartisan thing. So both sides of the aisle are like, yep, aliens.
We agree upon something.
We're weird. Forget all the stuff we argue about every day. Aliens, we're all together on
Now,
this.
let's enjoy it while we can, because eventually the libtards will be to blame for the aliens being here, or the alt-right will be the reason why the aliens feel like they could be here.
Or better yet, the aliens come down and they give a speech, and at the end of the speech, they're like, "Make America great again."
Oh,
and then we
could
go,
you
"Oh,
imagine?
the aliens took a side." And
Or we're
and
communists.
now we got a fight going on. And then they continue to just...
Chose the right side, aliens.
Great job.
Beautiful.
So Matt Gaetz is talking about
A
this.
radar sequence that I alone have observed in the United States Congress.
He's the only one.
One of the pilots goes to check out that diamond formation and sees a large floating, what I can only describe as an orb.
Ooh.
Again, like I said,
Orb
not
talk.
of any human capability that I'm aware of. And when he approached, he said that his radar went down. He said that his FLIR system malfunctioned, and that he had to manually take this image from one of the lenses, and it was not automated in collection as you would typically see.
Oh, I love this. The new thing is we don't get any good photos or videos of the UFOs or the aliens because the aliens have technology that disrupts the photos.
Makes sense.
And disrupts the videos. All these people are crazy, folks. I want to believe so bad. I want so bad for there to be a spacecraft. I want so bad for there to be a dead alien captain. I want so bad for all of this stuff to be true, but they're all just crazy. That's just the fact of the matter. That's the truth of this whole thing.
Oh, come on.
I'm begging for it to be true.
All of this completely made up.
Yes, they're crazy people. There's weirdos who just obsess over
elected
aliens.
officials.
Yes, and they're elected weirdos. That's what we have on our hands
They're
here.
elected weirdos.
I wish, for God's sake, that one of them was telling the truth. But whenever we get somebody with some real juice up there, like these guys yesterday, and then you go, all right, we got a little green man, we got a ship, show it to us. Where can we find it? What place is it in? Who knows about it? Tell us. Oh, I can't tell you that. I can't. Real convenient that you can always hide behind. Well, I can't share that with you. That is rubbish. I want it to be true, but I just don't think it is.
In a test mission.
Grush, as a result of your previous government work, have you met with people with direct knowledge or have direct knowledge yourself of non-human origin craft?
Yes, I personally interviewed those individuals.
Mr. Grush, as a result of your previous government work, have you met with people with direct knowledge or have direct knowledge yourself about ATs, advanced technologies that the U.S. government has?
Based on conventional advanced tech, I was briefed to the preponderance of the Defense Department's both space and aerospace compartment.
The thing I struggle with is he doesn't seem crazy. He seems kind of normal, which that's the trick for me here, is to get past the fact that he doesn't seem like some of the other. It's usually some old country yokel who's like, wow, then we seen the spacecraft fly over.
And then it took my body, did something to my butt, and I came back down.
He's got hay in his mouth, and this guy, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. That is usually what you see, or like the.
It's always like that. Aliens never visit big metropolises, big cities. There's never
I just don't think they would pay attention. They wouldn't know.
There's never alien sightings in Chicago. It's always some guy that was crop dusting, and then all of a sudden.
Meanwhile, all the crop dusting chemicals probably got to the guy's brain, and he's like, wow, what am I seeing right now? We don't have enough. I want it to be true, but I just can't believe it yet. Let's see what else he said.
I don't want to cut you off, but how does a program like that get funded?
I will give you generalities. I can get very specific in a closed session.
Oh, once again,
misappropriation of funds and
does that mean
self-fund.
that there is money in the budget that is said to go to a program, but it doesn't, and it goes to something else?
Yes, I have specific knowledge of that.
That's a crime.
Has
He's
the US
alleging.
government become aware of actual evidence of extraterrestrial, otherwise unexplained forms of intelligence? And if so,
You realize that what he just testified to is basically how Men in Black is funded.
Exactly.
He just said like that. That's what they do. Like they have.
They take the funding from one thing and then they misappropriate it.
Or in Independence Day, where Jeff Goldblum's dad. They said, "Where'd you get the funding for all this?" And he goes, "You don't really think it's spent $20 on a hammer?"
Right, right. That's what they say is going on here.
Pull that, please.
He's never going to pull it. He never pulls himself.
I have a list of things.
Change your mind on that?
Not since yesterday.
You do have a list in front of you, but those are from Sabrina. I can tell.
It's all Sean. Yeah, it's all Sean.
Was there a bee in here while I was gone?
No, I saved a bee while you were gone.
There was no saving.
It was cool. Yeah,
I have the first one. You don't have to worry about because I pulled it already.
I heard this clip.
That's edited. That's
the
not
alien.
how it originally sounded when I was saving the bee.
But then he starts to talk like a bee hero.
Oh,
At
yeah.
the end of that first one?
Yeah,
Brilliant.
I say things on the show. Sometimes things
Chef's
I
kiss.
shouldn't say necessarily. All right, let's finish this out.
First occurred.
I like to use the term non-human. I don't like to denote origin. Keeps
Right,
the
right.
aperture
Yeah, core.
open, both scientifically.
Right. Gotta be professional.
Certainly, like I've discussed publicly previously, 1930s.
Do you have any personal knowledge of someone who's possibly been injured working on legacy UAP reverse engineering?
Ooh.
Yes.
Okay. How were
Okay.
they injured? Is it something like a
Can't tell you.
radioactive
Closed
type
doors.
situation or something we didn't understand?
You could imagine assessing an unknown unknown. There's a lot of
An unknown
Yeah,
unknown.
you got those unknown unknowns.
Is that like a two left make a right?
You want to worry about that.
When you double down, it makes it sound more officially.
Sounds
unknown.
like Donald Rumsfeld, if you remember his speech that he gave, where he said, there are no knowns, there are unknown knowns, and there are unknown unknowns. And everybody collectively shook their heads at whatever he was saying. There are unknown unknowns out there in the alien world. I don't believe this guy. I don't know. Tom DeLonge has done a good job from Blink-182 getting attention to the alien
He
stuff.
looks less crazy now.
He does. He looks a lot less crazy, but so far we don't really know a lot. So I don't know if we should believe any of this nonsense. What do you think?
Huge distraction.
Let us know. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com, hit record on your first dispatch right now. When we come back, there is a fact that has arrived right in front of me that I just can't believe. And I have to toss this out there to see if you guys line up with this. Plus, remember Mitch McConnell yesterday where he got a little weird?
Yeah, stopped moving.
Yeah, kind of stopped moving.
Someone forgot to charge his battery.
They had a tap him.
Just live blue screen of death.
He went, "Ugh," and just stopped and stared at the camera. We learned some new things about him today. What is it? Well, it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show. There are just 4 of them, but an infinite amount of flavors. The Jim Colbert Show, weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. goldsmithjewelry.com.
Travel with caution and expect delays. Authorities are clearing up an accident on Florida's Turnpike heading northbound between the Greenway and Orange Blossom Trail. The left lane is blocked due to an accident on Goldenrod Road heading northbound at Curry Ford Road. And the right lanes are blocked northbound and southbound due to an accident on Orange Blossom Trail at 29th Street. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
Make quick and easy family meals with the tastiest flavors of Florida. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo where you shop and find delicious, refreshing recipes for what's in season at followfreshfromflorida.com.
From the Florida Department of Agriculture.
Find high-quality healthcare in Florida at healthfinder.fl.gov. Effortlessly explore facilities based on quality measures like infection rates, surgical complications, and readmissions. Compare safety records for medical facilities like hospitals, nursing homes, and outpatient surgery centers with ease. Elevate your healthcare decisions with the transparency tool at healthfinder.fl.gov. Choose wisely, live healthy. Paid for by the Florida Agency for Healthcare Administration.
In this week's Marketers Report, we hear about the importance of local radio from Allison Griffin, Head of Marketing at State Farm.
iHeart has such a broad broadcast reach that is local, and for us to be able to touch customers with a local feel but at a national scale is so efficient and important for us.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, trusted influencers, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
When you get nachos, tacos, empanadas, spicy queso with jalapenos, Pepto-Bismol's there. Pepto-Bismol provides fast, effective relief from nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, and diarrhea. All the things that can happen unexpectedly on vacation. So before you travel, pack the Pepto. Pepto-Bismol.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
I can't wait for what's next. Even with higher stroke risk due to atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Eliquis, the Pixaban tablets, reduces stroke risk. It's the #1 cardiologist prescribed blood thinner.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without talking to your doctor, as this may increase your risk of stroke.
Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or have antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or unusual bruising, or if you have tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. It may increase your bleeding risk if you take medicines such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
When you're clocking out and happy hour's already started. But you're clocking out and happy hour's already started. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Pick up Bud Light at your local convenience store today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
We must all do our part to reduce the risk and impact of wildfire in Florida. Pick up yard debris, create defensible space around your home, and prepare an emergency kit. Preparing for a hurricane is similar to preparing for wildfires. Being wildfire ready is being hurricane ready. Hurricane debris puts us at greater risk for wildfire. It's not about if a wildfire will ignite, but when. Learn how you can be ready for wildfires at BeWildfireReadyFL.com. A message brought to you by the Florida Forest Service.
Wells Fargo lets you know where you stand with your FICO credit score. What if you knew where you stood with everything? Like your kids' friends.
Hey, boys. How do cows stay informed?
Dad, don't.
They read the Moo paper. Mr. Otis, you're the funniest.
It's good to know where you stand. And when it comes to your FICO credit score, you can with a Wells Fargo account.
Visit wellsfargo.com/getfico to learn more. Terms and conditions apply. FICO is a registered trademark of Fair Isaac Corporation in the United States and other countries. Wells Fargo Bank N.A., member FDIC.
Right now, you may be running a little late, or feeling stressed, or overwhelmed, and you may be going a bit over the speed limit. So to help you relax, exhale. Ease up on the gas. You'll get there when you get there. Take a moment to just chill. This little break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
Hi, I'm Sridhar.
And I'm Aarti. We have spent the last 20 years building and working at some of the largest companies in the world. We worked with some remarkable people. Rob McElhenney.
When I see the people of Wrexham, I grew up exactly like them, and I think that transcends culture.
Check out the Aarti and Sriram Show. That is AARTHI and SRIRAM Show.
Listen to the Aarti and Sriram Show on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcast.
If you've been injured in a car accident, call Pound Law from your cell phone. Morgan & Morgan.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, GRAND, G-R-A-N-D, GRAND. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
High diving face first into the world's most viral newsroom. This is the News Junkie.
And what comes next? Probably pigs in the sky, if I had to guess.
You know, one of the craziest things for me is when I see how everybody else lives in comparison to me, and I go, oh boy.
Poor people?
Am I the weird one here? This is not a poor people, rich people thing. This is just like, in general, how people live their lives. And honestly, I don't even know if it's like a young people, old people thing or what it is. But one thing that always blows me away is when you hear everybody else's schedule. You're like, you know, how does everybody else live their life on the daily? And I saw this story out today, and they have, this is the most boring sounding thing on the planet.
I'm ready.
They have something that they do every year, and it's called the American Time Use Survey.
Whoa,
yeah,
party.
It's sexy. It's really sexy.
Say it one more time.
The American Time Use Survey. Yeah! Party time! This goes into how Americans, well, use their time, right?
No.
How do you do things? How do you spend your time? And one thing that always blows my mind is people's in general, bedtime, the time that the average person goes to bed, always blows me away. And I don't know if it's because of our work schedule or what it is, but generally I go to bed about 12:30-ish, right around there each night. And I think, well, most people probably go to bed before me, but what do they go to bed? Like midnight, at 11 o'clock? And then you look and you're like, the average person goes to bed at around 10 o'clock at night.
Sounds
and I'm
right.
like, that seems, I wouldn't be able to do that if I tried. If I tried to go to bed at 10 o'clock, I wouldn't be able to do it.
Easily. Now, am I waking up throughout the night?
Probably.
Absolutely.
Or at like 3 o'clock in the morning, you know?
Yeah, and
all
then
of a
I'm
sudden.
up and out, and then maybe I fall back asleep for 30 minutes, and it's a whole thing. I don't think I'm getting the proper sleep at all. But 10 p.m., snoozing.
Oh my God, that's so early. What time do you guys, like on average, on an average night, what time do you end up going into the room, laying down in bed?
On average, it would be around 10.
Around 10 o'clock?
10 or 11. Last night, I was up until 1 a.m.
Whoa!
Yeah.
I was up till like 12:30ish. So we're twinning.
all night owls.
But yeah, I mean,
You didn't want to hang out?
No.
Used to be much later, but lately I'm averaging around 10ish. You know, sometimes 9:30.
That's so early, man.
It's like Ashley goes to bed early because she has to work so damn early.
Right.
And so now I'm bored, especially if like it's that half of the week that I'm being good.
But here's the biggest thing.
Not drinking all night.
If you're going to bed at 10, though, are you naturally waking up early, or you could sleep until 10 and now you've got 12 hours of sleep under your belt?
I can never. I can do both.
Really?
Yeah.
I am up. If I fall asleep at 10, I'm guaranteed awake fully by 6 a.m., if not earlier.
Look, some of the people over on chat are chiming in. Gene says on YouTube, 9-ish, and I wake up at 4 in the morning for work at 5 a.m.
God damn.
A lot of people saying around 11 or so. And it depends on your schedule. You just get locked into it. It seems kind of normal to you. But I just couldn't do it. And the other thing that blows my mind whenever this thing comes in, and I have the story about it here, they say most households. When do you think most households eat dinner? At what time is it like, all right, it's dinner time, let's go.
Oh, God.
Sit down and it's time to eat, and we're going to get on with our afternoon.
I do not have a schedule with that.
What time would you guess most people do it?
7.
7 o'clock. Celine, what about you?
Yeah, 6:30, 7 o'clock.
Okay, you guys are right on target.
Okay.
Between 5 o'clock, 5:07, 5 o'clock, I said, 5:07 and 8:19 p.m., peak dinner is at 6:19. That is wild to me. Like the idea of thinking 8:30, 9 maybe sometimes. Well, our schedules are just different. We're just locked in another one.
Would you get a reservation somewhere if it were at 8:30 or 9 o'clock?
Yeah, definitely.
Hell no.
That's too late for you?
Yeah,
You're old now.
I would have had a snack. I would have had a snack by then.
I'm still cool and young and hip, and you are old.
It's usually too late for the people I would want to enjoy a dinner with.
You just had dinner last night. What time did you have dinner?
7:30.
Damn it, that falls right in the middle of this.
Yeah.
That's the normal time.
That backfired, Sean.
I would definitely go out like it's 8:30, 9 o'clock. This is like when you get dinner, when you're going to have a longer night, you're going to enjoy yourself. You're an adult.
And then sometimes I'll wake up in the middle of the night and just go to my fridge, half asleep, and stuff one cheese stick in my mouth.
I'll do it, but I'll stare, and I don't eat anything.
And you leave it open because that's the only light you have, apparently.
I sit there, and I enjoy the coolness from the refrigerator hitting me.
Nice.
It's weird how everybody's schedules are, like, so different, and I can't get used to even thinking about this, like, it seems like an old person schedule to me. Eating that early, going to bed that early, I just can't do it. Let us know what you think. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. We were talking about the whole alien thing, and as I said, aliens are a bipartisan issue. Both sides seem to be into the alien thing.
Which is really nice.
Yeah, it's one thing that we can come together on, and then people go, cool, aliens. What do we want to know about this?
It's not going to last long.
Last night on Fox News, it's going to trigger that one guy. There was an interview on Jesse Waters' show, his primetime show. And even the intro of it, when I was listening to it, I was like, do people really believe this stuff is going on? Is this where we're at?
They want to believe.
They do, but listen to this. Here's the run-up of this. This is him introducing this interview that aired on Fox News last night.
Whoosh! Well, we heard from an expert. Now let's talk to a witness.
Oh, this is the guy who went viral with his
Christopher
mom.
Bledsoe says he's not only seen UFOs, but he can summon them on command.
Oh,
all right. It started when Bledsoe went on a fishing trip in 2007. He says he saw an orb that followed him home.
Of course
And he
did.
still sees the orbs above his house to this day. He's become something of a psychological phenomenon. His experience is so compelling that both NASA and the CIA have studied his brain.
Studied his brain.
All right, I can't. My brain is mush right now. I don't even know if I want to die. I'm already exhausted.
The aliens thing is wild to me because whilst I believe that we have a vast, vast universe and there's probably some living things out there, the ideas that we have for aliens with big heads and like bodies like ours and everything, and these little spacecrafts that whirl around and stuff are probably so far from the truth. It's unbelievable. But we take somebody on Fox News and we interview them like, tell us about the orbs that follow you
the
around.
man didn't just see it. He says he can now summon them.
That's the thing. Oh, you know what, buddy? If you can summon them during the interview.
Yeah, present them.
Bring the orbs. Where are they at? Oh, no. Can't do it while the cameras are on, right? They don't show up for the cameras. That's it, right?
Two channels documenting it. They filmed him IDing an orb live. Watch.
Yeah, let's see.
He's pointing now. So maybe he's focusing on one. That would make sense.
It's like a Bigfoot.
He's got one in the tree line. When we started seeing that intense effort,
the plane, you dummy!
Orb in the tree line.
Let's turn it over to Christopher Bledsoe, who
I don't even think the host takes it seriously.
No, he just wants to get this out there. He's like, let's do an alien segment where the guy pretends he can summon orbs, but he can only summon them from very far away.
Right.
And they just so happen to look like airplanes or some other flashing light in the distance. And this kind of stuff is everywhere right now because people want distraction. They want this stuff. They want it to happen. Decon says, I wasn't a believer until I started watching The Secrets of Skywalker Ranch. Isn't that? What's that?
I did start to watch that. Friend of the show, Rob.
Isn't that the Star Wars thing?
No, it's the same last name of Luke, but it is on Hulu. It's a bit corny when you first start, but I guess it's this one ranch that has had so many phenomenons that it was nearly impossible for anyone to buy it, and then they have cover it with experts and this one super rich dude.
Skinwalker Ranch?
Skinwalker, that's what it is.
He said Skywalker Ranch.
Skinwalker, he meant.
Skinwalker Ranch, I've never heard of it until this very moment, but it's infested with UFOs and aliens?
Just phenomenons and things that have happened that are unexplained, and of course they have the camera crew that follows all of it.
Right, yeah.
It wasn't bad. It's one of the characters, or, humans that they're following is very corny.
Right. There's always, in these worlds, there's always weird people. Let's see how weird this guy is.
Witnessed UFOs. So, Chris, the CIA studying you, NASA studying you, the History Channel studying
he's so
you.
bored.
Tell Jesse Waters Primetime the truth.
Oh, God.
You can summon alien orbs.
Well, it's been happening for the last 15 years. And, I ask them to come, and they come. I don't know why, but they do.
Come
and
here. Come here, aliens.
Come on, alien. 500 videos in the last 24 months, like you're seeing there.
Wait, I've taken 2,500 videos in the last 24 months, he says. So this guy...
So does he do anything else?
He's cranking out videos of lights in the sky that are the orbs that he thinks he's summoning. And I don't know where he's posting these. If there's a YouTube or something, just a YouTube channel of a bunch of blurry stuff. But he is supposedly, he's our key to the alien world, I guess.
How do you ask them?
Please?
I just simply say a prayer. That's all I do.
Alien prayer.
And they come.
And do you
Are you praying to the aliens?
Praying to the aliens, and they show up. But they don't get very close.
You're not supposed to do
They
that.
don't do that. No,
God's rules.
Oh, in 2 years, 1,000 videos or whatever he said, 2,000, I forgot how many videos, a lot. He's not had one that actually comes over to him. They just blink in the distance or something.
After a short prayer to him.
Yeah.
Imagine hanging out with that man.
Oh my God.
And he's going through his phone. Like, have you had that meme friend who will just like pull you aside and just keep showing you memes?
Right.
And showing you funny videos and like, okay, we
That's
gotta
Courtney.
send it to me.
Courtney's my meme friend.
But this guy, I'm sure his entire phone, like fireworks, 4th of July, is just these stupid videos where you really can't see anything.
And it's not exciting to look at at all.
Like,
It's like,
okay, I get it. It's the same one as before, dude.
a light in the sky. I've never seen one of those before. So cool. Why don't you have one come up real close to you? Pray a little harder than you normally do. Maybe we can get one to come up so we can actually see it or something. This stuff is all nonsense. There are probably really aliens, but these people don't see them and we don't know anything about them, and we're just trying to get as close as we possibly can because this yokel is the best that we got, and he can't summon a damn thing. I'll put down right now, $1 million bounty if this man can make an alien come over to him and actually videotape it, and he shakes hands with an alien. You get an alien handshake, $1 million. Bam!
What if the alien does not have a hand?
That's unfortunate, but it's a loophole in my contract
All
here.
right,
It's a way for me to sneak out of this. Never going to happen.
I would do a little prayer. I mean, I feel like if he's doing it and can have them come just by him saying it out loud, I mean, we got airwaves here.
That's true.
We could say something right now and a bit aliens.
Yeah, how do we summon the aliens? He said prayer.
Well, we'll summon them.
Our alien who art in
space. Yeah.
Hallowed be thy name.
A little.
Bring your UFO over to us so we can see your little blinking lights in the sky.
Alien name.
Yeah. Amen. Thank you. We'll see if that works. Maybe if you guys see one tonight. Amen, amen, either one. Let's go over here to your dispatch. We've got time for one real quick, but you can join us on the show. All you have to do is go to thenewsjunkie.com, hit record on your first dispatch today. Here is Big T talking about aliens.
Good after morning news junkies.
You too.
So, with this whole alien thing, it's pretty much impossible to believe that in the vastness of our universe, there is not some other form of life.
True.
And if there is intelligent life out there, why would we be so interesting to them? For them to travel millions and millions of miles to come to our planet specifically. What, to steal our resources? There's resources all over the universe. Our planet is a speck of dust. We are nothing. Why would aliens be so interested in us?
They
But
probably
are.
aren't.
So with that,
Why do we love zoos?
Oh, God.
We are the zoo of aliens.
We could be. It could be that they're like cringing watching us.
I mean, we also are exploring the universe to
Yes.
see if anything is out there, see what we got.
Right, yeah, and they could be doing the same thing and then just run into us or whatever, but they're just flying around with lights blinking in the sky all the time, showing up to this one guy? That seems a little far-fetched to me. What do you think? Go to thenewsjunkie.com, hit record on your first dispatch today. When we come back, remember the lady with the bucket?
I remember her.
With the head in the bucket?
What was her name? Shabusiness?
Taylor Shabusiness. The verdict came down in that case yesterday, and the reaction was very strange. The whole thing was bizarre. We're going to get to some of that. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
So we no longer have our blue check mark.
Actually, it was a white check mark surrounded by blue.
Don't be that guy.
Okay.
We're still at Real Radio 1041 on Twitter, powered by Anna Jar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hey, everybody. Good Thursday to you. Jamie King in the Fox 35 Storm Center with your midday forecast update for Central Florida. Increasing clouds and warm highs will be the way of the weather world here locally this afternoon. Temps near 90. Rain chance after 12 to 1 p.m. at about 60%. Scattered showers and storms return again today. Tropical moisture on top means a spell of heavy rain or two. Look out for that. 76 tonight. Partly cloudy skies late. Friday, 91. Rain chance 70%. And Saturday, a high of 93. Rain chance 50%. For Fox 35, I'm meteorologist Jamie King.
This report is sponsored by Total Wine & More. With so many bottles to choose from, there's always something new to try at Total Wine & More. How about a great Prosecco for under $8 and a French Rosé for under $7? With the lowest prices for over 30 years, find what you love and love what you find. Only at Total Wine & More. Drink responsibly. B21.
You know, when something goes wrong with your air conditioner at your house, number one, it's a big frustration, stressful. You just want to be comfortable. Number two, you worry about all the companies out there that might try to rip you off because you don't know what's going on. They could just tell you it was the most expensive thing and you need a brand new AC. Or you could get the trusted source for all the AC help that you need, which is Mills Air. These people are honest. They are the best. Mills Air, run by Leon Mills, is a company that really is determined to help you out in the most honest way possible, to build a customer for life. And they've been around for more than 30 years. People have been relying on them for this exact thing. So you can rely on them as well. And they are the best of the best. Their techs can service any brand out there, whatever kind of AC you have, they'll help you out. And they're a Carrier Factory authorized dealer, and they can get you big rebates toward a brand new one. And if you're thinking, well, that's going to be expensive, don't worry. They have financing for almost everybody out there, and they can make something that makes sense for you. And you could save money on your electric bill every month that might even make up for that. This is a great thing to do for you and your home. You could always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you could always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. 407-277-1159. Or find them online at millsair.com.
I want you to remember this company, Phoenix American Hospitality. Visit PAHinvest.com. Their team buys world-class hotel brands like Marriott, Hilton, and Hyatt, then maximizes the profits of each operation. While the rest of America deals with the yo-yo stock market, Phoenix American Hospitality has paid their REIT investors more than 12% in annualized profits. Capitalize on the travel boom and diversify your portfolio. Visit PAHinvest.com.
Past performance does not indicate future results.
There's something about a Florida sky. It's painted in the most magnificent colors, clouds streaked with changing light. They say if you don't like the weather, just wait 15 minutes. The skies are electric and alive. So even as the storms get enormous, even as they're coming more each year, the beauty keeps me going. My flood insurance helps me stay. The only thing that's predictable is that I'm in Florida for good.
Protect your property with flood insurance. Visit floodsmart.gov.
I can't wait for what's next, even with higher stroke risk due to atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Eliquis, or Pixaban tablets, reduces stroke risk. It's the #1 cardiologist prescribed blood thinner.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without talking to your doctor, as this may increase your risk of stroke. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or have antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or unusual bruising, or if you have tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. It may increase your bleeding risk if you take medicines such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
When it's the hottest day of the summer. But it's the hottest day of the summer. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Pick up Bud Light at your local convenience store today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Take control of your health and your wallet at healthfinder.fl.gov. Your one-stop shop to compare medical facilities in your area. From copays to x-rays, asthma treatment, and ultrasounds, healthfinder.fl.gov gives you a straight answer on cost and lets you compare against providers. Choose wisely. Live healthy at healthfinder.fl.gov. Paid for by the Agency for Healthcare Administration.
With the Autio app riding shotgun, every road trip is an adventure.
Autio is my traveling companion. It's educational, entertaining, funny. It makes the drive come to life.
The Autio app automatically plays you stories about the natural wonders, local legends, and fascinating histories outside your car window, with over 10,000 unique stories from coast to coast.
I've learned more about my hometown from the Autio app than I did growing up here.
Autio, the perfect companion for your next road trip. Learn more at AUTIO.com.
No one does happy hour like Twin Peaks. Whatever your preference, we have everything from tequila cocktails and an extensive bourbon category to top shelf spirits and cocktails served over ice balls. Local craft beers and handcrafted whiskey cocktails round out an adventurous drink menu second to none. And don't forget about our 29-degree man-sized drafts.
Hey, you want to get a Big Green Egg? The best place to go by far is Wassie's Meat Market. They will deliver and set up the Big Green Egg for you, and they make it so easy. Follow them on Instagram. It's Wassie's Meat Market, or just go to their website, wassiesmeatmarket.com, to get your Big Green Egg today.
Hear the latest news from the headlines on your phone. Download the free iHeartRadio app for exclusive live coverage of breaking news. From what's happening where you live to what's happening across the country. Live from the center of the story. Listen for free anywhere, anytime. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
At SimpliSafe, we've designed award-winning home security with advanced sensors, HD cameras, and now this 24/7 LifeGuard protection, only from SimpliSafe. Now, monitoring agents can see and speak to intruders through our new indoor camera to help stop crime in real time and for fast police response. Get 20% off any new system with Fast Protect monitoring at simplisafe.com/radio. Advanced home security, 24/7 professional monitoring for less than $1 a day. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season right now. Look for the Sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
From the Florida Department of Agriculture.
This earful of real radio is sponsored by Skylight Roofing. Roof with us. SkylightRoofing.com.
Radio. Radio.
Thanks for hanging out with us. We do appreciate you. If you missed any of the show today, you can always go back and get the podcast at thenewsjunkie.com. The links are right there awaiting you and your clicks. When you both think, Sabrina and Celine, about doing this show for all of these years and all of the stories that we've done, is there any story that comes to your mind where you go, that's the most disturbing one that we've ever talked about?
We've talked so much disturbing things.
There's a lot.
Gosh, I don't know. My brain is like going a million miles an hour right now.
I'll try to spark your brain a little bit with some of the ones that I can remember. One was when that reporter was killed live on television.
We're going that route.
And we were like finding the videos before the news outlets were.
Oh, that was a big shooketh for me.
That was a wild story.
All of the Lost Prophets stuff was kind of...
Oh, that's dark. Yeah. The singer or the guy from the band The Lost Prophets and all the stuff he was up to, you can Google that if you want to ruin your day. There's just so many of these stories that over the years you remember and you think, God, that's so wild that this is a thing that happened.
And we covered it.
Yeah, and this one is, for me, up there. It's at least top 3. And it's a court case that just wrapped up this week. The public defender who is representing Taylor Shabiznis had no business being in the courtroom to begin with because there was no way they were going to win this thing. They had her on video, and I've only seen this one more time in my life. There is an interrogation video you could find on YouTube, and it's a young guy. He's a teenager, and he killed his family. And in the interrogation video, you can see him just like calmly going through the story of how he did all this and what he did and why he did it. He's almost like bored with talking about it when the cop's asking him the questions.
Yeah.
And you go, man, that's a different brain right there. That's somebody who is just so different from the average person.
Psychopath.
Yes, this is a person who obviously is a psychopath because they're not doing this in an emotional way at all. And I think Taylor Shabiznis was like that. She was telling the cops, there's like interrogation videos where she goes, yeah, he was my friend. He's a good friend of mine. What did you do that day? Well, we went and we got some crystal meth and, we were hanging out together. And then, he liked it when I took things a little too far when we were fooling around. And so, I did that and he ended up dying. And then she explained what she did from there, which ended up with
no emotion.
With no emotion at all, or like kind of laughing sometimes, like at the most macabre thing you could possibly imagine. Mm. And this ended with his head in a bucket, for God's sake.
Yeah, I don't know if we talked about it on the show, but I think I remember kind of feeling the same way about the guy. There was one of the series we were watching that was catching everybody's attention on Netflix or something about these weird crimes or mysteries or something. And there's some husband, like, out of nowhere his head flipped and he killed the family.
Right.
Yeah,
And,
when they snap.
But he put the daughter in a big like silo or something.
Yeah, it was the two little kids.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't even know this one.
And it was. They had that documentary about him.
Really?
And they were following him, and the neighbors caught it on their security camera. I think we had all talked about it.
I don't remember this.
Now I know my disturbing one.
Yeah.
It was the guy over at Celebration.
Oh,
who killed his
yes.
family and
Right.
then sat with them for like 2 weeks.
And then people said they walked in the house and it was like, poof, you could just instantly hit with the wall of this. It's a dark, dark world out there. Luckily, there is some justice for those left behind because the verdict is right here. And you had the woman who did this, Taylor Shabusiness, in the courtroom, and the family members of Shad Therion, 24 years old, who was killed in his mom's basement last year. Here's how the verdict was read. Judge going through the verdict.
The first verdict reads as follows. We, the jury, find the defendant, Taylor Denise Shabusiness, guilty of first-degree intentional homicide as charged in count 1 of the information. Dated this date, July 26th.
Like no reaction.
Signed by the foreperson.
Kind of, though.
Second verdict
She's just
reads
kind of
as
squinting.
follows. We, the jury, find the defendant, Taylor Denise Shabusiness, guilty of mutilating a corpse as
You know
charged.
what's wild? I didn't know this until yesterday, but they put a shock vest on her. Have you ever heard of that before?
No.
In the courtroom, you could see her adjusting herself a lot, like over in her stomach region, and they put this thing that they wrapped around her in court because they were worried about outbursts. And if she acts up, somebody in the courtroom can hit a
It's
button.
a shock collar
and
for
they-
your body.
They can shock her.
Don't get any ideas, Sean.
Oh my God! I
I
didn't
see
even know
this on a
existed.
Friday that we're gonna have to like play a game, and then one of us wears it. No, thank you.
She was wearing one of those, and she keeps kind of fidgeting with it. And if she acts up or does something, bam! They hit a button.
Why that instead of like a straitjacket?
I don't know. I guess it's. Honestly, I didn't even know it was something they could use. I didn't know that was a tool that they had in their arsenal, but they did.
It seems like illegal.
Yeah,
because like how there's a certain amount of force that police officers are allowed to use to apprehend a suspect, but once they're in the handcuffs, if you like hit them, that's like that's a huge no-no, and that's
Right.
where everybody starts kind of splitting hairs about how the procedure was followed.
Right. But I guess you could do it. I guess you're allowed to do this to keep somebody under control in the courtroom, and they were worried about her, but she's just kind of blank-faced
Charged
here.
in count 2 of the information. Dated this date, July 26th, 2023, signed by the foreperson. The next verdict reads, we, the jury, find the defendant, Taylor Denise Shabusiness, guilty of third-degree sexual assault as charged in count 3 of the
Guilty on
information.
all
Dated
counts.
this date, 26th
That was pretty quick,
day
huh?
of
Yeah,
July,
less than a week.
2023, signed by the foreperson. The verdicts appear to be in order. Do either of the parties request that I poll the jury, Mr. Saunders?
So they got the verdict, they brought it in. Now they have to talk about sentencing. But what they're going to do at sentencing for Taylor Shabusiness is they're going to argue whether or not she was insane at the time. So like the whole, not guilty by reason of insanity kind
I
of
thought
thing.
they determined that before even starting the court or the trial.
They can do that, or they can do it when it comes to the sentencing phase, and they can make that. We'll have to run this by Mo.
Yeah, it's happening, but I see why Sabrina's asking, because it's like, all right, before the trial, we wonder whether or not they're insane or well enough to stand trial.
Yeah, and they did that.
And
They did that, and they said she was.
And so she's well
Obviously.
enough to stand trial, but now we have to figure out if she's not well enough or well enough for the death penalty.
Right, and that's why they had theories about. Remember when she was doing the finger gun thing, toward the judge or whatever, and some other
all part of it.
Maybe she was acting to leave this trail of breadcrumbs to make people think, oh, she's out of her mind. Now, I don't think you need breadcrumbs if you cut off somebody's head and put it in a bucket
And then do something with the head.
Oh, she was doing things to him while she was doing the other things to him,
Very interesting.
sexually.
You don't find that often, though, with women in that capacity. So I'm very curious. I feel like she should be studied.
Yeah, it's wild.
Or maybe it was
what
the
happened
crystal
here.
meth.
Yeah, it could be that. It could just be. I think it's a combination. I think it's she's crazy and also was addicted to drugs and doing these drugs with this guy, and found guilty of homicide in court. We'll see what happens to her next. We had Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell yesterday, who went up to a press conference, said like one weird kind of slurred sentence, and then just stared into the abyss for about 20 seconds during the press conference. And he had his pals coming over, putting their arms around him. All right, you ready to go? You ready to go back to your office? They're treating him like a parent in a nursing home or something. Come on, buddy. All right, come on. Let's get you back to your office. All right, we're going to get you back to the office. They have now said there's more to this whole story. They said this year, 2023, Mitch McConnell has fallen at least 3 times.
Oh, we're just hearing about it.
Yep, including one time where he fell directly on his face. He fell earlier this month while disembarking from a plane at Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport. He was slightly injured from that, had a slight limp or so. He's also had polio in his past when he was 2 years old, so that leads to more problems for him. And he fell 2 other times. So
is he aware of what's going on? Making no comments?
He wasn't at that press conference, just staring into the abyss. You got people like Dianne Feinstein who they're wheeling around and just using as a proxy vote for her staffers.
They're about to do the same with Mitchie.
You got Mitch McConnell who's like just staring into the abyss at the press conference. You got all these people who are octogenarians who are elected representatives. You can't get a job anywhere in the world besides maybe the greeter at Walmart when you're over 80 years old. But we keep these people in office. It makes no sense to me. We need to have an age limit to people who are in Congress. We need to pass something now that says every single...
That's ageism, Sean.
I don't care. I'm ageist.
Ageism.
I'm ageist.
And it'll never happen. It does make sense because then you can use super old geriatric grandma and grandpa as your little puppet.
Well, and the people in Congress aren't going to vote for anything that could affect them down the road.
Yeah.
So they're like, we want to be here forever.
And I'm going to be fine.
And no, nothing's wrong with these people. Everything's okay. Every single person who is, I'm sorry if you're above this age and you're listening, I apologize, but every single person who's above the age of somewhere around 75 years old should be ineligible for re-election. That seat should be filled with somebody who is younger, who could better represent the overall public, and not these people who are so damn old.
That, or at least, maybe they could be a consultant.
Yeah, it's fine if they're like attached.
Enjoy the last couple years of your life, and if you want to still be involved,
right,
and
in
feel
politics,
like you're in it, or we'll make like a fake little Congress for you at the retirement home.
like student, what do they call that?
Government,
student government. When they do the whole like
Model UN.
Model UN. That's what they could put them in afterwards. No harm done over there for the old zombies. My God. These people are too old. They're too. I'm sorry if it hurts your ears and your feelings, and you're put off by this. But that is just a fact of the matter.
The problem also, though, is that it happens very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Mitch McConnell 2 years ago didn't look like that.
No.
And had that kind of
sneaks
state.
up on you.
So I think that's also a big problem.
It's definitely the vaccine.
And the aliens.
It's the Fauci ouchie.
Sound of freedom.
My God, it's like we need to do something about this, and yet here we are. The average person in Congress is way too old, and you should be able to live your life and enjoy yourself when you are in your 70s and your 80s, and I respect people who are old.
I want to make decisions.
You should not be in charge of things like running the government or the country. We need younger people involved in this, and I see some of that happening, but much more than that, I see these. Oh, Dianne Feinstein, my God, she's barely there. She's barely there, and yet
say
she's
that
still
to her
in there.
old face.
Oh my! I would say it right, that she would forget it a second later because she's not actually with us at the moment, but still.
Wait till this
in
happens
office.
to you, Sean.
It's gonna happen.
You want to do the radio at 80,
No.
and they're gonna be like, he's not making any sense.
It's gonna happen to me in like my 50s probably. I'm gonna be way before all these people.
Yeah, he's still gonna do it in this room. Just
Yeah, he is.
have the other side.
We disconnect the XLR.
Hey, look, I've
Talking
done it
himself.
before. I've been talking before where you guys are like, what is he? He's repeating himself.
Ceiling's like, go to break, go to break.
Sean's on a loop. Hit the button. What's happening? We want to hear from you. What do you think? Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. When we return, we got the whole Hollywood strike going on.
Yeah.
Underneath that, there's something really insane that not enough people are talking about. This is going to surprise you when you hear it. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your shot at $1,000 is next. Brought to you locally by Mills Air. If you want a shot at $5,000, make sure you're listening to us on our free iHeartRadio app.
Watch out for stop-and-go traffic on I-4 eastbound before US 27 and after State Road 429. There's delays on I-4 eastbound between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535. Authorities are clearing up an accident blocking the left lane on Goldenrod Road heading northbound at Curry Ford Road. There's slowdowns due to an accident on University Boulevard at Econ Trail. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by ViStar Credit Union. Want to make your summer more exciting? Right now, sign up for a ViStar Rewards credit card and get up to 3 points for each dollar spent. Plus, check out the exciting new limited time offer where you could win big. Visit ViStarCU.org/summer to learn more.
The 2023 Real Radio Texas Hold'em Charity Poker Tournament presented by InjuredOnTheGo.JustCallMo.com is now sold out. But don't worry, there's still a way for you to join us Saturday, August 19th at the Orlando Science Center and help us raise money for the mustard seed of Central Florida by joining us in the HomeLoansRadio.com casino. That's right, casino passes are still available, and you can get casino chips, food from Hard Rock Cafe Orlando, access to raffle and silent auction items, and selfie opportunities with all your favorite celebrities and more. Go to realradio.fm/poker for more information.
I lost 41 pounds on it so far, but I want to lose a little bit more. I went from 241 down to 200. I want to get down to 180.
With the help of Andro 400, Robert lost 41 pounds. Guys, are you having trouble losing stubborn belly fat? If so, try Ultra Max T, a unique blend of natural ingredients that targets and eliminates belly fat. Ultra Max T also suppresses your appetite, so when you eat, you don't eat as much, and yet you won't feel deprived. Ultramax T curbs sugar cravings, which lowers your impulse to snack in between meals, which adds unnecessary fat to your waistline. Additionally, Ultramax T boosts and maintains energy levels throughout the day without the typical spike and crash you get from caffeine and sugar. So, to effectively lose belly fat, slim down that waistline, boost energy levels, and to look and feel your best, go to andro400.com. Free shipping plus a 90-day guarantee. andro400.com. That's andro400.com. andro400.com.
When you're clocking out and happy hour's already started. But you're clocking out and happy hour's already started. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Pick up Bud Light at your local convenience store today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
At Wells Fargo, if you accidentally overdraw your account, we give you an extra day grace period to avoid the overdraft fee. What if everything came with an extra day?
Sunday night and I have the Sunday scaries.
Honey, don't be scared. Every weekend comes with an extra day now.
All right. TGI Sunday.
It helps to have an extra day. When it comes to overdrafts, you can with Wells Fargo.
Visit wellsfargo.com/getextra to learn more. Terms and conditions apply. Subject to timing requirements and the bank's funds availability policy. Wells Fargo Bank N.A. member FDIC.
Summer's almost here. Time to get swimsuit ready for the pool parties and beach vacations. And for the confidence to look your very best, get RM3 from Red Mountain Weight Loss. RM3 works on your belly, hips, and thighs, attacking unhealthy fat and reshaping your body, all while helping you lose up to 20 pounds or more per month. There's simply no faster way to get swimsuit ready than with RM3. It's safe and effective for men and women, and it's all natural, so it won't make you nervous or jittery. RM3 helps overcome issues that cause weight gain, like a slowing metabolism, hormone imbalance, or menopause. This patented medication is available only by prescription, and you can only get it at Red Mountain Weight Loss. So trust the experts at Red Mountain Weight Loss for programs that are doctor supervised and highly successful. Lose weight and look great just in time for summer with RM3. Dial pound 250 from your cell phone right now and use the keyword Red Mountain Weight Loss. That's pound 250 keyword Red Mountain Weight Loss.
I can't wait for what's next, even with higher stroke risk due to atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Eliquis, apixaban tablets, reduces stroke risk. It's the #1 cardiologist-prescribed blood thinner.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without talking to your doctor, as this may increase your risk of stroke. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or have antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or unusual bruising, or if you have tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. It may increase your bleeding risk if you take medicines such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
After an accident, it's important to hire an attorney right away. Evidence can disappear quickly. Sure, you could wait to hire an attorney later and see how things turn out, but delays never make a case better. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. JustCallMo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In Office Orlando.
Injured? Hire America's largest injury firm, Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Find out at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Check. C-H-E-C-K. Check. That's check. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
There's a guy who is a receiver for the Minnesota Vikings who's in big trouble. Why? Because he got caught driving 140 miles on the interstate, 140 miles an hour, I mean. And this guy has been, cited by the cops, and the team was upset with him and all that stuff. But hear me out. I'm coming to the table to defend Jordan Addison here, because I would have done the same damn thing in his situation. Yes, he did speed. Yes, he was admittedly driving 140 miles
before he started driving?
No, he was speeding
and you never speed. What are you talking about?
But I would in this situation, because I thought his excuse was an excellent excuse, and I understand. It's okay if he has to pay some sort of fine or something or whatever, but he wasn't just going 140 miles an hour on the interstate just for the fun of it. He was going 140 miles an hour on the interstate for a reason. He had a point to what he was doing.
Okay.
Any guesses before I tell you? I'm fully defending this guy. That's your clue here. But
it's not the go-to, I have to use the bathroom really bad.
It's not the diarrhea one, which you hear quite a bit. And I honestly think I could empathize with that situation.
Was he going to a hospital?
He was,
he was late to a funeral.
I'm not going to give you the point, but it's loosely accurate that he was going to a hospital, a sort of hospital. And I justify his
veterinarian.
That's exactly it.
Well done, C-Lane.
He had an animal emergency, and his pet was going through some issues. And he said, I was going as fast as I could because I wanted to make sure I could get my pet some help. That's why I was driving 140 miles per hour on I-94. There are excuses that work for this stuff. If Sealand's wife goes into labor and he's driving 100 miles per hour to get to the hospital so they can get in there so his wife can get the treatment that she needs so that baby can be delivered on time and healthy and all that stuff works out, then he's excused from driving over the speed limit.
With the exception of how dangerous that is, and you can just kill everybody.
Let's say it's 3 o'clock in the morning. And this happens, and Sealand's driving. The roads are empty. He's like, I gotta get there. She's gonna give birth in the passenger seat of the car. It's excused. It's a legitimate reason.
I feel like if that is going on with me, I think a little bit more excusable with the human involved. But as far as pets go, I would do the same thing.
Yeah, if Carl had some issue, You jumped in your car and you got a little Carl there, and he's like coughing, and like it seems like he's sick in the passenger seat, right through the stoplights.
But maybe when it comes to, you're having an emergency baby's coming situation, I would call like ahead of time. I'd call 911.
Let's just say,
I'd be like, hey, can you escort me? Because it's happening here.
Let's just say you don't think you have that kind of time. You just don't think you have it, and you're 5 minutes from the hospital. You could get there the fastest. Speeding is okay. You're justified.
I mean, it's not necessarily legal, but you're willing to pay the fine for something like this.
Sure.
140, you get arrested.
That's fast. That's way over. It's what is it? 85 miles an hour over the speed limit.
Oh my.
Yeah.
So, he's going pretty fast here.
What car was he in? Maserati?
Doesn't say, but they said there was an emergency involving his dog. I've actually got him. He gave what I thought was a great apology for this, and I think that this guy's fine. They don't need to push on him any longer. Listen, you judge for yourself. Here's Jordan Addison talking about getting caught going 140 miles an hour on the interstate.
All right, well, first, I just want to reiterate that I take full responsibility and full ownership of my actions last week. It's never a good thing when KOC or Kwesi got to answer questions or address questions about me off the field. So I just want to apologize to everyone for that.
Unequivocally.
Questions for Jordan?
Jordan, what happened? I appreciate your question, but I can't really get into too much details about what happened. It's still legal matters going on, but I appreciate your question.
This guy's had some good media coaching.
There you go.
He knows what he's doing. They told him, look, here's how you do this. Here's how you answer these questions from the media. I appreciate your question, but I can't really go into that because it's a pending legal matter right now. Poop McScoots over on Twitch says he was in a Lamborghini Urus. It's an SUV. That's what he was driving. I'd be happy to go as fast as I possibly could to save Lady. I'll tell you that outright. I know I'm made fun of on this show for driving under the speed limit or at the speed limit sometimes, and that's fine. That's the reality of how I drive. But if I could save Lady by going 140 miles an hour, you bet your ass I'm doing it.
I don't think that you would. I think that you consider speeding maybe 5 over the speed limit.
I do, but I tell you, in all honesty, I tell you that I would absolutely do anything that it would take, including speeding, including breaking various laws, to try to get to the vet on time if that's indeed what he was dealing with. Let's see.
I've heard from people who have said like, "Oh, this was such an issue that my vet told me run red lights."
Really? Yeah. I mean, look, I would do it. I would do it 100%.
The vet has no authority to say that.
Not really, no.
And you can't really say that to the cops when they pull you over.
No, my vet told me to do it.
The vet said it's okay.
On the one issue that was in the police,
they're pushing.
Saying that you had a dog emergency. Can you say what that situation was? Yeah, again, it's still legal matters going on, like I said, but I acknowledge that I used poor judgment and I made a really poor decision that I would definitely learn from, and I'll make sure that it won't happen again.
You know what? I like his apology. That's how an apology should be. Just a full-throated apology, and you say, I made a mistake. I'm sorry I did this, but in the moment, I thought it was the right thing. Arnott says, disregard for others' safety, especially for a dog, is a dumbass move. And you know what? I'm doing it. I don't care if you're in the lane next to me. I don't care if you're out there or not. I don't care if anybody else is. You have to do what you have to do in certain situations. The idea that you think you should follow all laws at all times, otherwise it's like this blatant disregard for safety that is something that should be chastised and railed against, is just not realistic, because you would do it too. If you were shot, if somebody shot you and you were in your car, you telling me that you would obey the speed limit and stop at all the red lights and, not go over the speed limit on the way to the hospital? Hell no! You're in fight or flight mode. You're trying to do everything you can. All these stupid, innocuous rules that we have as far as how fast you can drive or what roads you can go on or what stoplights you have to stay at. You're in the middle of the night driving. It was 3 a.m. when he was doing this, okay? In the middle of the night, you're driving. You pull up to a stoplight. There's an emergency going on. There's no other cars at the other stoplights, but you're still sitting there. You're waiting for the light to turn red. You're not running that if there's an emergency going on? Of course you are. Everybody's going to be running that. Everybody's going to be doing that, because you know that the stupid, innocuous rules that were set up by government officials way back when are not more important than the life of something that you love. A person, a dog, whatever. I'm fine with it. And Jordan Addison, I thought it was a good apology. Must have been fun to go 140 miles an hour for a little while, but
Not when you're stressed out, your puppy's not okay.
well, now he's in big trouble and he's dealing with a lot of heat. But I can't help him out.
Is there a chance? Like, did they confirm? Did they let him go to the emergency vet to the pet hospital?
It didn't say.
I mean, is there a chance that his dog was in the car and he just went, "It's for my dog"?
He's looking for an excuse real quick.
Or the dog is crapped all over the Lamborghini. You're like, you could see something's wrong here, officer.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know all the details, and maybe you never know if somebody's lying or whatever. But if that was indeed the case, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
He has an emergency spoonful of hydrogen peroxide to just quickly shove in the dog's mouth so that when the officer taps on the window and he rolls down, the dog's...
Let me tell you something. If I was a police officer and I pulled over somebody in that situation, I would go, I understand. Follow me. Get behind me. I'll put the lights on. We'll go through the stoplights. We want to make sure that you're okay. BDM XCon on Twitch says, so a sick dog is more important than every person. Yes, every person on the interstate at 3 a.m. in the morning. How busy do you think this was? Do you think that there was just people everywhere, old ladies with walkers going across the street? There's old people all over, babies No! It's the middle of the night. There wasn't anybody out there. He was driving as fast as he could to try to get help for his dog or so he says.
That's not going to hold up in court. Thank God you're not an attorney, Sean.
I'm not, but if I was a judge...
No, big whoop. Exhibit A.
If I was a judge, I would say, sir, I understand. We're going to give you the most mild form of punishment that we could in this case. We're not going to throw the book at you because we don't want to do that. Naomi on YouTube says, I wouldn't care about the rules if it's about life or death, but I also understand if I end up with a ticket for breaking the law. Oh, 100%. I get if they give me a ticket. I get it. I'm just saying I'm doing it.
We're going to throw the book at you underhanded.
The law is not so important to me that I'm going to obey
Look at
laws.
this guy.
This is a fact of life. You guys...
The crime junkie.
You both agree with this, too. You both agree with this. I know you do.
But it makes for better radio if we make you look out
The
to be
law
a bad guy.
is not important to me. It's not important to me, okay? It's not more important to me than human life. If your mother was like, Sabrina, you have to get over here.
Say it in a Spanish accent, she asked, please.
Your father is choking.
Okay, never mind. She's...
He is a choking. You have to get over here.
Do you think I'm Mexican?
I'm doing the best I could. You told me to do it.
Sabrina.
And she said that you would be in your car with your foot to the pedal flying as fast as you could.
Of course.
Because laws are not more important than your
father
life.
is a choking.
Shocking. I think everybody secretly agrees with that. Okay, real quick to the Hollywood strike that's going on. We have
cut himself shaving.
Your dad is not okay.
To the hospital. Ándale.
The actors union is striking.
Very inappropriate.
The writers are striking. They're all out there striking. And remember when we mentioned the other day that there's been some pressure exerted on social media influencers who are not even members of SAG-AFTRA.
But weren't they saying that they could, if they're not necessarily scabbing because they're not members of SAG-AFTRA, but if they were to do like acting or do some things on social media, that could prevent them from being members?
Yeah, they could never be entered into the union, which means if they wanted to get like a TV project or a movie project that expanded their career from social media influencer to something larger, they couldn't do it.
And health insurance.
And then health and all, like just all the things. Want to be part of the community. They're not part of this strike, but they were putting pressure on them to stop doing stuff so they could slow down TikTok as well because it would help out with things. And they're talking in the New York Times today about Diana Gioletti, who I do not know, but she's a 29-year-old content creator. She has 1.8 million TikTok followers, and she turned down $28,000 last week to promote Hulu's show Only Murders in the Building because of that threat. Some of these people are turning down the 5 or 6 figure offers because even though they're not a member of the union, there's threats against them that they could never be. And that seems like pretty unfair to me. I'm sure she gets lots of offers, but right now things are tough. What do you think? Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch today. When we come back.
Literally have never seen this person before. 2 million followers.
Yeah, 2 million followers now. Miss Gioletti, Diana Gioletti. I don't even know what she does, but I guess they wanted her to promote that
TikTok.
show. Yeah, I know it's a TikTok account, but I don't know. Everybody's got a thing.
Yeah, here's the thing. Like, This is who you're using for your promotion.
Mm-hmm.
I just sent you
All right, let me see.
one of the top clips on her Instagram.
Is this like one of the pinned ones that she has?
Nope, it's just the one that popped out for me. And
All right,
why
here
are
we
you
go.
posting this online?
Let's see. Is there any curse words in this? Oh, my goodness. Okay,
Right?
I already see
Isn't that strange?
some sort of sex scene going on here. Let's see.
I don't know if it's cloudy or bright.
What?
This is a private video, is it not?
It's like her about to sleep with her husband and the dog on the bed. One of the top comments is, "This is so cringe," but you know.
And also, most of y'all have seen us make out on TV, so don't act prude, LOL.
Oh, God. What a world they live in.
Yeah.
Turn it down 5 figures. When we come back, we're going to hear from you with your dispatches. Also, some scammers out there are warning us of some upcoming things that they're going to use to take advantage of us, which seems like bad moves for the scammers to do that ahead of time. Maybe this is a head fake. We'll figure it out together. What should you be worried about? It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Something on your mind? Text us at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Travel with caution and expect delays. Authorities are clearing up an accident on Florida's Turnpike heading northbound. Ramp to exit 259 I-4. The off-ramp right lane is blocked. There's slowdowns on I-4 eastbound between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535. Heading westbound on I-4, you can expect delays between Sand Lake Road and before State Road 535. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season right now. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
From the Florida Department of Agriculture.
Did you know that Mortgage Guy Don does a live radio show every Saturday? That's right, my friends. Each week on Saturday mornings, right here on Real Radio 104.1, Don and his crew answer your questions live on the air on the Home Loans Radio Show. If you're busy on Saturday mornings, that's okay. You can listen to all the informative episodes right there on thatmortgageguydon.com, or of course, wherever you download podcasts, just search the Home Loans Radio Show with That Mortgage Guy Don. Now, Don, he's pulling back the curtain on the mortgage business. He's explaining the real mortgage process to you because he wants you to know how it works. He has your best interest in mind. He wants to make the process easy for you and not shove you down a hill of confusion. Now, that Mortgage Guy Don is a mortgage broker, not a corner bank or a retail lender, and that means Don has direct access to wholesale lenders that consumers do not. Chances are very good that you're leaving money on the table, so let that Mortgage Guy Don get the money off the table and back in your hands where it belongs. Start the process today. Listen to the Home Loans Radio Show and go to thatmortgageguydon.com.
Get your tickets now
at AXS.com
for our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival.
T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas. September 22nd and 23rd.
Streaming live only on Hulu.
The iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Capital One is a proud partner of the iHeartRadio Music Festival for the 7th year in a row, bringing great products, rewards, and services to its customers. What's in your wallet?
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anna Jar Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office, Orlando.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
When it's the hottest day of the summer. But it's the hottest day of the summer. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Pick up Bud Light at your local convenience store today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
This month, everyone's heading back to school. But while you've been busy buying new notebooks, backpacks, and lunchboxes, I've been coming up with a plan to help you buy a ride that's just too cool for school. Hey, it's RC Hill from RC Hill Mitsubishi, and I've got your key to looking fine in the car line. Right now, you could drive a nice new car for just $9 down. Don't sit in a car line with a car you hate. Ditch your old ride. You be proud to show off in the new 7-seater 2023 Outlander or the stylish Mirage. Cleanest gas car in America, 43 miles per gallon, starting at $15,900. And hey, if you've gotten a low credit score from the School of Hard Knocks, don't worry. My credit specialist, great on a curve, with rates from 0%. And our used car supercenter has over 100 fresh trade-ins starting at $5,900. Visit me to finish your back-to-school shopping, and you could drive home in a nicer, newer car for just $9 down. Hurry, this deal's done when the school bell rings. I'm RC Hill. I'm your car dealer next door. See all my A-plus rides at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Offers require bank approval. See dealer for details.
Find high-quality healthcare in Florida at healthfinder.fl.gov. Effortlessly explore facilities based on quality measures like infection rates, surgical complications, and readmissions. Compare safety records for medical facilities like hospitals, nursing homes, and outpatient surgery centers with ease. Elevate your healthcare decisions with the transparency tool at healthfinder.fl.gov. Choose wisely, live healthy. Paid for by the Florida Agency for Healthcare Administration.
This is for the men who never settle, the ones who believe only quitters end a game and a tie, the type of guys who choose the bar with the biggest TVs to overcompensate for theirs at home. This is the Lodge mentality. This is Twin Peaks.
Now open in Daytona.
Attention, your money is now controlled by the U.S. government.
Picture a world where your every purchase is monitored, tracked, and controlled by those in power to suppress the freedoms of those they see fit. Hi, my name is Jason Hansen. I'm a former CIA officer and New York Times bestselling author. And right now, I've become very focused on the impending rollout of the central bank digital currency. This is not a work of fiction. It's a terrifying reality looming on the horizon. But there is a bit of good news. I've partnered with Advantage Gold to offer you a solution. They are specialists in converting your traditional assets, like those inside an IRA or 401k, into tangible assets such as physical gold and silver. Don't allow your money to be controlled. Claim your free gold protection kit from Advantage Gold. Call 800-900-8000, 800-900-8000. That's 800-900-8000.
Advantage Gold is not an investment advisor or a tax advisor.
Call 800-900-8000.
For over a decade, SimpliSafe has revolutionized home security, and our latest advancement is here, 24/7 LiveGuard protection, only from SimpliSafe. Now, monitoring agents can see and speak to intruders through our new indoor camera to help stop crime in real time and for fast police response. Get 20% off any new system with Fast Protect monitoring at simplisafe.com/radio. Advanced home security, 24/7 professional monitoring for less than $1 a day. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
Hi, I'm Sridhar.
And I'm Aarti. We have spent the last 20 years building and working at some of the largest companies in the world. We worked with some remarkable people. Rob McElhenney.
When I see the people of Wrexham, I grew up exactly like them, and I think that transcends culture.
Check out the Aarti and Sriram Show. That is AARTHI and SRIRAM Show.
Listen to the Aarti and Sriram Show on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcast.
Take a break from payments for 6 months, only at Sutherland Nissan Orlando.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Check. 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 That's check. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
The darndest things. This just seems like one of the weird ones, you could say, in this instance. And this is a politician by the name of Nancy Mace, who I was not familiar with before this very moment right here. But she is a GOP representative, and she was at a prayer breakfast meeting She just had to tell the people some things about what was going on with her day.
Eggs and Jesus.
Her morning, before the prayer breakfast. Here she goes. Let's listen to Miss Mace.
Together.
Uh-oh.
Another year, another standing room only event. And when I woke up this morning at 7, I was getting picked up at 7:45. Patrick, my fiance, tried to pull me by my waist over this morning in bed, and I was like, "No, baby, we don't got time this morning. I got to get to the prayer breakfast, and I got to."
Okay.
God, lady.
I said, listen.
I can't bang
My husband.
God waits for nothing, and that's
massive erection, but I had to pray.
And she said fiance. So we're talking about premarital sex at the prayer breakfast here.
Well, maybe it was over the pants stuff.
Like, my husband tried to pull me over by the waist, and, I told that I got to get to the prayer breakfast.
But I'm horny.
All right, thank you. Glad you had a interesting morning. But, yeah, there. I don't know what he did after you left. Well, maybe I do.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll get to you and your dispatches in just a moment. Send one to us. Join us on the show. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. Lots of scammers out there. Lots of people trying to take advantage of you. They want your info. They want your money. They want your possessions. They want everything that they can get their hands on. If they get it, they're going to take as much from you as they possibly can, and they still manage to sleep at night somehow. But there's more and more danger out there, what with AI being something that gets involved with these scammers. I mean, we played yesterday on the show the AI of us singing songs.
I gotta tell you, I was still laughing for the next hour. I listened to the entirety of the songs, and they are so funny.
It was funny. It was fun. And last night we went out to have dinner, and Fritz was there with his lovely wife, or fiance or wife? Fiance Darcy. And she was sitting down. She was very, very nice. And she goes, "You guys had me dying with the songs yesterday."
Multiple of you were like, we had to pull over.
I was dying.
And they're like, how can we do it? And I said, I don't know. See, Elaine did magic.
It's not easy, but it is amazing.
We put it on See It Now
Yeah.
for the brave.
Yeah.
But it is very time consuming.
Mm-hmm. But when you hear it, I think all of us sort of went, wow, this is one of the moments where you realize AI is pretty amazing.
You know what I did last night after my gig? I run into a bunch of friends I haven't seen in a while, and I'm like, all right, so I just got this audio back because my friend kind of helped me record it. Would you mind if I showed you me singing? I am not kidding. The entire thing. They're like, Sabrina,
that's beautiful.
Why wouldn't you? I didn't know you could sing like this. Oh my God. Losing their minds thinking that was me singing.
You know what I told Courtney last night? I said, hey, what we should do is for Just Okay this year, we should have us versus the AI and see if we can pull off the performances.
The AI will win. Are you?
Well, I said to her, I was like, we've got to give Sabrina an easier battle to fight because it's the hardest song in the world to sing.
Yeah, it won't be. That's never a consideration for Savvy's Little Hoppers.
But I think we should do it. All three of us,
while getting tased.
Maybe we could add the tasing back in there. People seem to enjoy that. But I think we should do that this year at Just Okay and try. I'll try to pull off Fast Car. See if I can.
Sean,
but now,
you're not going to do that. Come on.
Now that the AI was so good, I'm like, oh my God, anything I do less than that is going to be bad. But I think that might be a fun thing to do for Just Okay 8. So that's out there. And then I saw it. I'll get to this scam and stuff in just a moment here. But after the show, C-Lane was playing with the AI a little bit more.
There's a huge spreadsheet database of pre-made models. So what the part that was taking the longest, Sabrina, was where I had to feed the thing audio of you, and it generates a model of your voice.
Right. Then he can use that, make it select you in a drop down and make you sing anything, say anything, do all that stuff. Now he's got both of us in a drop down that he could use at any time.
But you used also the commercials, which I feel like we have a lot more inflection than how we normally talk on the show. So
right.
I'm curious if I gave you another piece of audio in which
it'll be different.
It'll be a bit more of a range there, because there's some parts where I sound like from Europe.
Right. Yeah, there's a little bit of a difference if you're just using your very natural speaking voice and the other one. But C-Lane, after the show, was using another feature on the AI thing that I thought was really interesting. And you could select the voice, like he could select my voice, and then he could record himself saying something and use all the inflection that he wanted to use, and then afterwards make me say it in that exact way. And that is another breakthrough. Because originally you start with just typing in what you want the person to say, and
Right.
it just like there's no inflection or anything. But when you do it with the microphone, it allows you to add punctuation, inflection where you want to.
We're losing our jobs.
And it was wild hearing him do that yesterday. And there was like a Trump one. There was a bunch of other ones that you could do, and it sounded so real, like 100% accurate. Over to this scam. Here we go. They said, as artificial intelligence becomes more pervasive, scammers are getting more creative with how they swindle people on social media. Thankfully, this time, for some reason, they're telling us what they're doing beforehand. A viral TikTok posted by Miranda on June 15th showed an AI video that a scammer sent to her on Instagram. The scammer appears to be impersonating a woman by speaking in a high-pitched voice. The person, who some commenters thought was calling themselves Mama Heater, asked for a payment immediately, and they did not go for it. But now, if you're like, let's say you go camping, all right, and you're off the grid. Sealand goes camping every once in a while.
Yeah.
You go camping, you're off the grid, and somebody uses AI and has a video that looks like it's from your cell phone. You know, it's like the up and down video, the vertical video, and you're going, Mom, all hell broke loose. We're in some trouble here. I'm going to need you to send me $500. But you have to send it to this Venmo account and send it as fast as you can because we got some real bad things we're dealing with. And if your mom saw that video, she'd go, well, I can't really call him.
Damn, we're going to all have to have safe words in the future.
Yep. Absolutely, that's going to be the case. Absolutely.
What's your safe word?
We can't say it. Otherwise, you're ruining the whole thing, and the scammer's going to grab. We will put out too much information to begin with. But that is going to be so effective, I think. One dispatch real quick, and then we're going to find out what's coming up on the next episode. Here is Biker Mike chiming in.
Good afternoon, News Junkies.
Hey.
Call me a bad person or whatever you want, but yeah, if my dog is in a life-threatening situation, I got to get him to the hospital. I don't care how many people I cut off. I don't care how many people I piss off.
Same.
My dog is our world. We're making sure that we get him the proper help that he needs. As far as I'm concerned, no one else on the highway exists. Like I said, call me a bad person or whatever, but I'm making sure my good boy gets home.
All right, thank
Riddle
you,
me
Biker
this.
Mike.
They have private EMTs,
yeah.
ambulances, ambuli.
Ambuli.
They are allowed to turn on the lights and get through the lights.
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
Right? So, great business idea. Audio trademark.
Uh-huh.
Animal ambulance.
I don't know if anybody's ever
That
tried
they're
that.
on call. You could go through the lights.
But I don't think they would be able to do the same thing that regular ambulances would be able to do. I don't even know how that works because it is kind
They
of
have a sensor.
It's weird that they have private ambulances to begin with.
Right.
I always thought when I was young and growing up, I was like, the hospital owns all these
Correct.
ambulances. Clearly, they have some authority and they could do this, but it's not that
Well, the
way.
hospital is private sometimes.
Right, I know. And the ambulance companies are private. I delivered water to one of these places once, and I was like, oh, so you just have the ambulances here, and they like call you up, and it's a whole way that thing works. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. For me, I don't care about laws. I don't care. I don't understand why you would say otherwise. Laws are made to keep society in check, and that's all well and good as long as everything's going fine. But I am never, ever, ever, ever going to sit there and go, oh, I have to follow the laws when Courtney says, hey, I'm in trouble. Some guy just grabbed me and threw me in his van. You have to get to this location immediately.
What's the safe word?
Who cares about laws at that point? I don't care about laws. Who cares about punishments at that point? I'm going to do what I think I need to do in that moment based on my own morals and my own view of the world. That's how people should behave themselves. And if you do it that way, you'll find that it often lines up with what you're supposed to do anyways. But don't just blindly follow directions. What kind of weird move is that? All right, when we come back, the next episode with Sabrina. What's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? Nearly 30 years after his death, or maybe not, Tupac is still setting records and taking our monies, or that one guy's money. To the left, everything Beyonce's stepdad owns in a box to the left. Plus, coming this summer, from the makers of Barbenheimer, it's Saw Patrol. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
So until they ban it, you can still find us here at Real Radio 1041 on TikTok, powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Rude Air Conditioning Weather Center, powered locally by Ferguson HVAC.
Hey, everybody. Good Thursday to you. Jamie King in the Fox 35 Storm Center with your midday forecast update for Central Florida. Increasing clouds and warm highs will be the way of the weather world here locally this afternoon. Temps near 90. Rain chance after 12 to 1 p.m. at about 60%. Scattered showers and storms return again today. Tropical moisture on top means a spell of heavy rain or two. Look out for that. 76 tonight. Partly cloudy skies late. Friday, 91. Rain chance 70%. And Saturday, a high of 93. Rain chance 50%. For Fox 35, I'm meteorologist Jamie King.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season right now. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
From the Florida Department of Agriculture.
When you're clocking out and happy hour's already started. But you're clocking out, and happy hour's already started. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Pick up Bud Light at your local convenience store today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Wells Fargo gives you access to direct deposit funds up to 2 days early.
Plus, if you look at the X and Y axes...
What if everything came 2 days early? Like the weekend.
Well, that was a pleasant surprise.
You can't get everything early, but when it comes to direct deposits, you can with Wells Fargo.
Visit wellsfargo.com/get-early to learn more. Terms and conditions apply. Not all direct deposits are eligible. Early availability is not guaranteed and may vary between deposits from the same payer. Wells Fargo Bank N.A., member FDIC.
We must all do our part to reduce the risk and impact of wildfire in Florida. Pick up yard debris, create defensible space around your home, and prepare an emergency kit. Preparing for a hurricane is similar to preparing for wildfires. Being wildfire ready is being hurricane ready. Hurricane debris puts us at greater risk for wildfire. It's not about if a wildfire will ignite, but when. Learn how you can be ready for wildfires at BeWildfireReadyFL.com. A message brought to you by the Florida Forest Service.
Life is full of ifs. If you see potential in every day, if you push for that promotion, and even bigger ifs like if you say, I do. If you can cash flow like a pro and get paid up to 2 days early, if you can safeguard against surprises and supercharge your savings, the if in life becomes less iffy. Regions Life Banking makes it possible. If you're interested.
Let's talk about the if in life. Regions Bank, embrace the if in life.
Regions Bank, member FDIC.
Attorney CPA Joe Cordell.
Business owners and professionals face special challenges in divorce court. They have to contend with allegations that they are earning more than they are, coupled with claims on their business or practice itself. Clients with assets depend on their divorce lawyer's skills in these matters.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Orlando area attorneys. Office in Orlando. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com.
For over a decade, SimpliSafe has revolutionized home security, and our latest advancement is here, 24/7 LiveGuard protection, only from SimpliSafe. Now, monitoring agents can see and speak to intruders through our new indoor camera to help stop crime in real time and for fast police response. Get 20% off any new system with Fast Protect monitoring at simplisafe.com/radio. Advanced home security, 24/7 professional monitoring for less than $1 a day. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
If your business is feeling a summer hiring wave, then you need Indeed. Their all-in-one hiring solution makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Is your hair thinning? Hairline receding? Do you want to regrow thick, natural, healthy hair? Look, we all have to deal with hair loss, especially as we age. But you don't have to sit back and let it happen. Listen to what Marcy did with the help of Harem's Botanical Hair Serum.
Well, I started using it about 4 or 5 months ago, and 2 or 3 months into it, I just kind of noticed one day I saw all of this extra hair growth around my widow's peak. That hair growth is probably about 5 inches, all in that area that used to have absolutely no hair at all. I don't think I'll ever stop using it.
If you want to regrow thick, natural, healthy hair, then order your Harem solution today. Harem contains 17 botanical actives proven safe and most effective in generating new hair growth and darkening gray hair. Return to the full, natural, and youthful hair color you want. For more information, go to greatlifenow.com. That's greatlifenow.com.
It pays to listen. Open your free iHeartRadio app and listen to this station to be entered to win $5,000. Each day you come back to listen on the iHeartRadio app is another entry. The more you listen, the more chances you have to win. Download the free iHeartRadio app for access to winning like never before.
When you get nachos, tacos, empanadas, spicy queso with jalapenos, Pepto-Bismol's there. Pepto-Bismol provides fast, effective relief from nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, and diarrhea. All the things that can happen unexpectedly on vacation. So before you travel, pack the Pepto. Pepto-Bismol.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Now is your last opportunity to go over to getskywall.com and get the latest shirt design before that is zapped and the window closes and we start sending those off to you. So get over there right now. Go to getskywall.com. Support the show by rocking one of these shirts. There's a blue version or a red version. They both come with magnets. It's the Ant Farm magnet, which I love and you're going to love. And they come with a sticker as well. But the window of opportunity is closing. So make your way over to getskywall.com and get your shirt right now. All right, let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it. Even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
And I'm wishing you joy and happiness.
Nothing. Weather's
Beautiful.
nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina. Hey,
smoke weed every day.
The next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don, thatmortgageguyDon.com, and the Home Loans Radio Show that you can tune into every weekend or right there on the website, thatmortgageguyDon.com. Can you put that? I just got an idea.
What?
I have to run it by That Mortgage Guy Don first.
Oh, okay.
It's going to use that new AI trick we got going on.
All right.
It was 83 years ago, 1940. Before AI was even in people's minds, this was on TV.
What's up, Doc?
Oh, Looney Tunes?
Who
Daffy
is that?
Duck?
No.
Bugs Bunny. Damn
Bugs
it.
Bunny is right. And he made his official debut when he teamed up for the first time with Elmer Fudd in a Warner Brothers cartoon called...
Oh, man.
Come on.
What's up, Doc?
Nope. It has something to do with the type of animal he is, but it's not the...
Bunny.
Like the go-to name.
Rabbit?
Or...
Hare.
Hare is
Hare.
right, and he's crazy, but you might call
A
him...
wild hare.
That is right, Sean, with the point.
Nailed
it. was the first cartoon
I was
with
going to
Bugs...
say harebrain.
Would have been good, too?
Yeah, maybe.
But not right.
But not
right at
accurate.
all. First cartoon with Bugs Bunny in his final redesign instead of the earlier, much more goofy-looking Bugs that I guess did not make the cut. So congratulations. Happy birthday to Bugs Bunny. And the show must go on, particularly this show right here.
Oh, man.
Daytime.
Days of Our Lives?
Evil Twin and the ER.
Good. The Young and the Restless?
It's not unique. Kind of a blank idea.
General Hospital.
That is correct. God, Sean, you're in the lead, man.
Doing it.
Big prize at the end of the
There's
year.
an evil twin in the ER?
There's always an evil twin.
ABC's General Hospital has found an interesting way to keep coming up with new episodes during the strike. Scabs.
Oh,
Scabs.
really?
Scabs. Yep, they're using temporary writers to keep the show going. And from what I understand, I don't know if General Hospital specifically, but most of the daytime soap operas, like they film every single day.
Yeah.
For hours a day. They need a new script every single day.
It's a different quality of show.
Of course.
If you watch that,
It's like when you come out of the pool, or like a chlorine pool, like it's just hazy like that.
Yeah, it's just the quality is different. You could tell that they're rushing them out.
But yeah, temporary writers will be used to keep the show going. A General Hospital writer who's actually participating in the strike says daytime writers face a unique conflict during strikes. We hate to see our characters and storylines handed over to writers, air quotes, who cross the picket line. But we're also keenly aware that stopping production could spell the demise of soap operas altogether.
That's interesting, actually, because what will happen here is all the people who are used to writing for the soap opera, who wrote all the twists and turns, they now have to rely on somebody else who's going to be writing it. And then when they come back, they have to fix all the problems that they've created.
And interestingly enough, actors on daytime shows are not part of SAG-AFTRA. So they can keep working. And I guess don't have health insurance.
Poor things. Jeez.
Yeah, it stinks. But they're at the hospital, generally. And someone's headed to divorce court. Mother of this gal.
Beyonce?
Beyonce's right. Mom? Extra point for the name.
Tina Knowles.
Damn.
2 points for C-Lane. Someone keeping score.
I am not.
All right.
I did not write it down.
She's pulling the plug on her second marriage, filing for divorce from her actor husband, Richard Lawson, after 8 years of marriage. And today I learned that she's married to Richard Lawson. You would recognize him in 2 seconds.
Let's see.
She beelined it to court over the week, filed for divorce, according to new legal docs. She lists the date of separation as this past Tuesday, and Tina is rolling with the usual irreconcilable differences as a reason for the split.
He's from Poltergeist.
Right. He also, I think, had like a short singing career. Like, you don't recognize him?
No, I don't.
Well, he's single now.
But he was in All My Children, speaking of soap operas. So.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Poor Dylan.
No, I don't mean it like that. He was in the show, All My Children.
Tina is asking the court to terminate the court's ability to award spousal support for Richard, which is very interesting. I can only assume that he probably cheated.
Maybe.
Also, apparently, Tina's changed her name to Celestine Lawson when she married Richard, but now she wants to go back to Celestine Knowles.
Really?
So, boom, crazy.
Was that, wait, was that her original name, Celestine? That's where she gets Tina from?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
I think it's a very pretty name.
I thought she just changed it out of nowhere.
Margot Robbie, she is now raking it in as far as Barbie goes, but she's been successful for quite some time.
It'll be interesting to see how Barbie does in the second weekend.
I want to go watch it again.
Yeah?
I really do. I really do. Margot Robbie, when she finally made it big, she made sure to take care of all people, her mama. This Week in Moms, apparently. She says, everything I owed my mom, I had it written down. She'd take money out of the house mortgage to lend me money, so I always knew I was gonna pay that back. Then one day, I made enough money, and I just paid the whole mortgage off completely.
Nice.
And Mom, don't even worry about that mortgage anymore. It doesn't even exist anymore, end quote. She also added, honestly, anyone in my position, you do that for your mom, of course you would. Now, I think my parents, my dad's had the house that they currently live in, and I grew up in since he was 23, so I'm not sure what to do when I make it big.
You got to pay off the house.
So they paid it off.
You got to get him a bigger one.
Yeah, you got to get him.
You got to get him another
house.
Yeah.
And then,
twice as big and with all the gadgets for your dad.
And then a giraffe or something.
Well, might as well. A little giraffe.
But name brand gadgets for your dad. It's time for him to,
stop it. No.
Time for him to grow up.
I want to be clear. My dad buys himself all the name brand stuff. It's
and you got the Ramasonic.
I got the Sager.
You got to get him one of those laser discs he used to like,
and
too.
the Hitachi TV, that's also the maker of the Magic Wand. So now we're going on to a list of what all the other super rich people use their... Which one's that?
Joe Carey?
Yeah.
Well, how do you spell Carey?
K-E-R-R-Y.
Okay. Yeah. He's one of... I had no idea his name was Joe Carey.
Which one is
He's
it?
one of the main guys. He's like the brother. Look, if you pull it up, C-Lane,
The one that got caught for drugs?
This guy right here.
Oh, that guy who looks like John Ralphio.
Yes, he does. And he's very recognizable. I just had no idea that was his name until now.
After receiving his first Hollywood paycheck, he went and bought himself a Chicago hot dog.
Oh, that's very cheap, actually.
Also, Did he not eat prior to Stranger Things?
Mm-hmm.
Selena Gomez, she bought a Louis Vuitton laptop bag. Sylvester Stallone, he bought back his dog Butkus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wait, he bought back his dog?
Yeah, he previously sold off the dog when he was desperate for money, which red flag pet owner.
Yeah.
But all right. Butkus ended
It was
up
a different time, Sylvester.
co-starring with him in the first 2 Rocky movies. Cardi B bought herself a Patek Philippe.
Patek Philippe, I think is how you say it. It's a watch?
It's a watch I don't have.
Yeah. They're expensive.
Tom Cruise, he paid for one sister's college tuition and bought his other sister a car. Aquafina, she bought a Gucci handbag and audio editing and composing software. Oprah Winfrey, she bought fluffy Ralph Lauren towels with her first paycheck. Emma Watson bought a Prius, a laptop, and took her dad on a trip to Tuscany. Jennifer Aniston bought a used Mercedes that turned out to be a lemon. Is that a phrase?
Yeah, it's when you get a new car, but it doesn't work. It's got like all these problems.
Oh, that was my first car.
There's like a lemon law out there, too.
And at number 1, Timothy Chalamet, he bought nosebleed season tickets to the New York Knicks when it was rumored that LeBron James would be joining them. He did not, and then he had season tickets in the nosebleeds
You
for
know
no
what?
reason.
I like Aquafina. I am an Aquafina fan.
That's the last thing she was in.
I just saw her.
More of a Dasani guy.
Because I can't believe it's somebody's real name. But we watched the new Little Mermaid the other day, and Courtney loved it.
Oh, I can't wait to see it. See, Lane?
I was mad as hell because they replaced the bird. I forgot his name, but the bird who tells them about the dingle hoppers and stuff, you know?
That's Iago.
No, that's in another movie. But the bird they replaced, they made him, instead of a man, a woman. And then I was like, oh, okay, wait, I know that voice. And Aquafina did the voice, and she did a fantastic, she has a great voice for that stuff.
Have you seen Crazy Rich Asians?
Yes, also
Very
good.
fun in that, too. Nearly 30 years after his death, he's back, baby. Jewelry style.
Tupac
Shakur. He's still setting records. Sotheby's New York said a piece of jewelry once owned by the rapper known as Tupac Shakur sold for, you know what? I'm going to have you guys guess.
We got to know about this piece of jewelry, otherwise we're not going to be able to guess.
All right, so it's a gold, ruby, and diamond crown ring. Became the most valuable hip-hop artifact ever sold at auction.
Jeez.
Do not Google it. Now, it was estimated. Do you want the original estimation or just the details?
No, just the details, so we're both shooting from the hip.
All right, one-of-a-kind, custom ring, meticulously designed by Pac himself, among the final products of his boundless creative energy, a unique artifact from a period of time that is a testament to his enduring influence of hip-hop.
That's a lot of
That
words.
says nothing.
How big is it?
It's a finger size.
All right, finger size ring we're going with.
He
and-
took the crowns of medieval kings of Europe for inspiration, according to his godmother,
All right, I got
Auntie
it.
Money Manager.
I'm locked in. I've got this. You got a number, Ceiling?
Yes.
All right, here's what I think, because they said the
What it
most
went for.
valuable
That is correct.
hip-hop thing of all time. I'm saying $1.2 million.
Whoa. All right.
$1.2 million.
Ambitions with a Z.
$1.1 million.
C-Lane is the closest.
Damn.
Congratulations,
Yeah.
winner of the next episode game today.
Oh.
$1,016,000.
Oh, my God.
Tripled the estimate of $300,000.
Wow, Tupac's big, right?
Congratulations. Yeah. Huge
Big
and
name.
dead. So whoever got that, I'm sure an anonymous person, you're going to look real cool and no one will believe
What if I
you.
got it and I just started rocking into the studio? Would you guys make fun of me?
Yeah, absolutely. Didn't even have to breathe before that answer.
Both said it so fast. What a bunch of dicks.
On the boob tube. Speaking of dicks, the prank panel on ABC.
Oh, okay.
4th season premiere of Harley Quinn on Max. 7th season premiere of The Croods on Peacock. We also have the finales of season finales of The Witcher, The Kardashians, Looney Tunes, and the series premiere of Twisted Metal.
Yeah.
And, of course, we're still on the writer's strike, so no late night. Follow your dreams and me on Instagram, at Sabrina Ambra. A very fun event coming up on Sunday, a drunk adult spelling bee. And the information right there on the Instagram page. Should be a good time, but most importantly, say with me, Merca.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina. Last night, when Courtney and I got home, we watched the latest episode of the show that I'm really digging, that Hijack show. With
Oh, my
Idris
God.
Elba.
Same, dude.
Okay, are you caught up on the last one?
Yes.
I'm not.
I'm not going to spoil
Jaw
anything.
drop. I cannot believe.
I don't want to spoil anything for anybody who hasn't seen this, but first of all, you should watch this show. What's it on? Apple Plus?
Apple TV Plus. Yeah.
And
Have you been watching The Crowded Room, too?
oh yeah, well, I'm too behind on that. But on Hijack, watched that last night.
That episode.
And I haven't had this experience in a long time. But you know how when you're playing a video game and you're holding the remote control and you're trying to like move it to move the character? I'm on my couch and I'm trying to move the people on the screen to get things to happen. And I was like, oh my God.
I'm also just like, they have done such a great job of covering in sixth or seventh episode.
Yeah.
Just one day.
Yeah.
And all the, and it gives me
It's
so
like
much
moment
anxiety.
by moment.
But that last episode was insane.
Yeah.
C-Lane, please catch up so we can talk about it.
It was good, man. They really, really know how to keep you on the edge of your seat.
Idris
in that
Elba's
show.
doing such a great job, too, man.
That's such a no-brainer. Like, okay, you have a plane that gets hijacked. You have an expert on the plane who's going to try to stop the hijacking, Idris Elba. Like, it just makes sense that he could be in that role and that you would trust him as that person. Although I will say about Idris Elba, he is one of the most flexible actors. The dude was on The Office and just seamlessly fit into The Office, and then could go into like James Bond's type stuff, and he could do all kinds of things.
I love him.
Very, very good. Okay, when we come back, we will get to your dispatches, and what's going on a beach in Australia. Something very bizarre that no one expected. What is it? It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your shot at $1,000 is next. Brought to you locally by Mills Air. If you want a shot at $5,000, make sure you're listening to us on our free iHeartRadio app.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Heading through the city, you can expect delays westbound on I-4 between Princeton Street and Colonial Drive. There's bumper-to-bumper traffic on I-4 eastbound before US 27 and after State Road 429. Watch out for delays on I-4 eastbound between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535. Authorities are clearing up an accident on the off-ramp from Florida's Turnpike northbound to I-4. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
Welcome back. Dave and Herb here, and we're talking fresh. Fresh from Florida, that is. There's tomatoes, broccoli, watermelon. You're just putting fra in front of produce. As in fresh from Florida.
You don't need to make up words. Friends, visit followfreshfromflorida.com to see what's in season.
From the Florida Department of Agriculture.
With the Autio app riding shotgun, every road trip is an adventure.
Autio is my traveling companion. It's educational, entertaining, funny. It makes the drive come to life.
The Autio app automatically plays you stories about the natural wonders, local legends, and fascinating histories outside your car window, with over 10,000 unique stories from coast to coast.
I've learned more about my hometown from the Autio app than I did growing up here.
Autio, the perfect companion for your next road trip. Learn more at autio.com.
I want you to remember this company, Phoenix American Hospitality. Visit PAHinvest.com. Their team buys world-class hotel brands like Marriott, Hilton, and Hyatt, then maximizes the profits of each operation. While the rest of America deals with the yo-yo stock market, Phoenix American Hospitality has paid their REIT investors more than 12% in annualized profits. Capitalize on the travel boom and diversify your portfolio. Visit PAHinvest.com.
Past performance does not indicate future results.
Orlando's best comedy room is safely open. The Orlando Improv welcomes Miss Pat, who is declared by the Washington Post as unforgiving and darkly hilarious, on July 28th and 29th. Tickets and showtimes online at theimprovorlando.com. Above all, come for the comedy. We could all use a good laugh. The Improv is hiring for all evening positions: line cook, cocktail servers, and wait staff, food runners, dishwashers. We cater to top talent and the best locals in Central Florida. Call 407-480-5233 or email for open interviews.
The best time to get a great deal on a Jeep SUV is now during the Summer of Jeep event. Now well-qualified returning FCA lessees get a low-mileage lease on the 2023 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo 4x2 for $429 a month for 39 months with $2,999 due at signing. Tax, title, license extra. No security deposit required. Call 1-888-925-JEEP for details. Requires dealer contribution and lease through Stellantis Financial. Current lease must end by 7/31/24. Extra charge for miles over 32,500. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by 7/31. Jeep is a registered trademark.
when it's the hottest day of the summer. But it's the hottest day of the summer. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Pick up Bud Light at your local convenience store today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Attention business owners. Was your company impacted during COVID? If you had W-2 employees during 2020 and 2021, you may be entitled for up to $26,000 per employee through the Employee Retention Credit Program. This is not alone. The IRS paid back billions already. We've helped thousands of businesses just like yours. So let us help you. At ERC Business Solutions, we make it simple. We do it all for you, so you won't have to worry about the complex application process. There's absolutely no risk. If you don't get paid, we don't get paid. Most businesses do qualify, even those with no decline in revenues or those that already got PPP. Discover how much you can claim. There's no cost or obligation. Call now, 800-200-2250. That's 800-200-2250. Get up to $26,000 per employee. Call 800-200-2250. 800-200-2250.
Have you noticed that solar panels are popping up everywhere? You never know who's going to have solar next. And here's a thought, it could be you. Utility rates keep going up, and now is a great time to save big with Solar Source. Solar Source has been getting the job done in Central Florida for almost 40 years. And right now, Monster fans get special access to their new AI-powered tool that can get you an estimate in 1 minute or less. Visit solarsource.com/monsters for an instant quote.
Just come out. The man when you're in trouble, car accidents, slips and falls, he's the only one that you should call. Just come out when you're injured on the go.
Orlando Attorney Mo DeWitt, sung by a non-attorney spokesperson.
There's something about a Florida sky. It's painted in the most magnificent colors, clouds streaked with changing light. They say if you don't like the weather, just wait 15 minutes. The skies are electric and alive. So even as the storms get enormous, even as they're coming more each year, the beauty keeps me going. My flood insurance helps me stay. The only thing that's predictable is that I'm in Florida for good.
Protect your property with flood insurance. Visit floodsmart.gov.
You can always count on a classic. It's timeless and tastefully legendary. That's the truth behind the Troppy Chop. Often imitated, too delicious to be duplicated. The sauce just won't taste the same. But to really stand out, you gotta stay fresh and move to the beat of your own bowl. The Troppy Chop, only at Pollo Tropical. A classic that never goes out of style.
Look, some choices in life are complicated. Others, thankfully, are much simpler. Like choosing Truist One Checking. There are no overdraft fees, lots of practical perks, and when your life evolves and account balances grow, we'll upgrade your perks automatically. Truist One Checking. One simple choice. Truist Bank. Member FDIC.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind Studios. Why Kaufman & Lind? Because your case matters. Contact them at whenyounitus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bonus. B-O-N-U-S. Bonus. That's bonus. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
Dispatches from the newsjunkie.com in just a moment.
Go send yours right now. It's really easy to do. Do it on your phone, your laptop, whatever. And while you're over there, make your way to getskywall.com and get the last-minute message shirt. This is your last opportunity to do that. Get those orders in. Show your support for the show by wearing one of those shirts. There's the blue version and the red version, and I think you're going to like it. It comes with a magnet and a sticker, and I want you to go to getskywall.com right now to grab those while you can. Quickly, I've got to defend the President of the United States of America
Come on,
for a
man.
moment.
Come
Joe
on.
Biden, because people are making fun of him for something that he said at a press conference.
Who would do that?
And it's like something that happens all the time. But I'm not always quick to rush to the defense of Biden because sometimes I don't understand what the hell he's saying. But in this case,
focus?
This is what he said at this press conference, and people are like, "Oh my God, what a dummy!" And he talked about a program for like painting your roof, right, to combat climate change.
Painting, you said?
Yeah, painting your roof white. And so people started making fun of him. Here's what he said.
Well, it's not going to alleviate it, right, the heat problem right now. But we also have a number of
Who's the lady on the
programs to
screen?
do everything from allow people to have the ability to get help to literally paint their roofs white, to change their windows and doors and get tax credits for doing it, so heat doesn't, so air conditioning doesn't escape. To be able, there's a whole bunch of programs.
All right,
that
so he didn't say it all that smoothly. He said it, kind of Biden-like. But there's these people who are, I see them online right now, laughing like, oh, yeah, paint your roofs white. That is absolutely, positively a thing. And not only a thing, it's one of the best things that we can actually do to cool down our neighborhoods. There's something called most of the heat that you're seeing right now comes from something called the urban island heat effect. And it's like in a city, this just seems logical, the more people you get close together, more people you get living in a tighter quarters, the warmer the area becomes because of everybody living together.
Like a crowd at a festival.
Of course, it gets more heated because of all the people around there and all the dwellings and all of that stuff. And whereas there's all these people, you got like the Greta Thunbergs of the world, who have, in their estimation, these radical ideas where they're like, we're going to decelerate humanity. We're going to quit using oil immediately. These are insane ideas.
Oh, it is global boiling now, Sean.
Global boiling can be solved in simple ways or helped out in simple ways. And that's one of the problems I have with people who talk about this stuff. You go, what's going on? And they say global warming, climate change. And you go, okay. Show me the scientists that are saying this. Okay, it looks like there's a consensus on this. What do you want to do about it? Oh, we want to shut down all of humanity and go back to the Stone Age. It's like, no, that's not going to happen. That's never going to work. A lot of these people don't even want to talk about nuclear power and stuff. But there are absolutely studies that say if you have an urban area and all the businesses, all the people's homes and stuff, if they paint their roofs white, it can lower the temperature in these areas by like 2 degrees or 3 degrees or something, which is a huge deal. So it's not like that's some dumb thing that he just said. It's something that's actually smart and makes a lot of sense and actually works out and is a reasonable solution to a problem that we're facing with global boiling, right? Global boiling being the new thing that we're talking about. So there he is, bobbling his way through that sentence and trying to get that out there. There is a new trend that you need to tell your kids about and tell them not to do it, apparently. I'm sure many, many kids, just thousands of them, are trying this everywhere. But they say the fairy flying trend is no good.
Fairy
It's a
flying. Is
dangerous one.
A gay thing?
It is not gay. Nope. It's actually got 66 million views on the hashtag fairy flying. Many people have been trying this out, including some famous creators over on TikTok. And what you do, it's kind of dark, folks. I don't know why they wanted to do this to begin with, but you position yourself in the video, and it makes it look like your body's floating, like you're hanging, like you've hanged yourself. And that's like, so they'll be like in the corner of the video, and you just see them kind of like, swaying
would
around.
They do that? That's dark,
idea.
man.
It is.
What makes it a fair? Why the fairy?
It says fairy flying is the hashtag that they use, and they're saying, oh, it's inspired by mythical creatures, but really what it looks like is all these people are just hanging. And like, here's one. At a glance, it appears that the TikToker is hanging herself, but she's actually standing on the dresser with Crocs dangling on her heels while she flails her arms. And they said it just looks like people are doing something a whole lot worse. A PhD, Alicia Atkins, says, the videos are disturbing because what you see are feet dangling, which mimics a suicide by hanging. A person who's experiencing mental health problems may not think logically, especially a child. It just isn't a great idea. Again, I'm sure there's not that many people out there who are actually doing this, but they are saying be aware. So
It said, Google says it's a resurfaced TikTok
like
trend.
it was a thing before. Now it's come back to popularity.
Let's bring back planking.
Yeah, planking was so harmless. Or owling.
I loved planking.
What was the owling?
Owling was when you just like sit like an owl.
You perch on something?
I think so, yeah.
I planked a lot. That was college days for me.
Oh, yeah. We
That
planked,
came out around the same
planked
time.
everything.
Julia on YouTube says, just ordered my first News Junkie shirt. Can't wait to get it. Love you guys.
Thanks,
Thank you, Julia. Everybody else follow her lead. Go to getskywall.com and get your shirt right now. We're going to the beach now. We might as well. I'll get to this story about these whales in a moment and show you some crazy visuals if you're watching on Twitch and YouTube. But I have seen this thing in a couple of videos myself that is mesmerizing to me. And I don't know if you guys have seen this. Have you seen like the elegant surfing trend? Do you know what I'm talking about at all?
Sean, you need to go outside.
No, I do go outside. I've gone outside more than ever recently.
No, what's elegant
I'm
surfing?
touching grass. Elegant surfing, which is done outside. I don't know why, but I love it.
Like you want to try it or you just love looking at it?
I'm not going to try to convince myself that I
Is
can
it
ever
like
try
surfing
this.
in a tuxedo?
No, but that would be even cooler if they did that. It's like a mixture of, I don't want to say gymnastics and surfing, but here's an example of this. This is a woman on her surfboard at the beach, and she's doing this like...
Oh, that's like old school, how they used to do it.
Kind of. I just hear it like...
Yeah.
Everything is like fancy and like smooth, and they'll like stop and make little poses and stuff.
It's also in slow motion.
And this is right here, but I've seen other ones that aren't, and it's just like all done like some sort of acrobatic surfing type thing, and it looks so smooth.
It's very 50s. I think
Yeah.
that's how they used to surf back in the day.
Like just kind of slowly walking on the board, and then you like make a pose. And
I think what's
also that ass.
what's really blowing my mind, besides the thing that Sabrina said, is I would be lucky enough just to stand on a surfboard for that long, but to walk back and forth
Right.
from the front to the back.
Yeah, and the one thing they do like the hang 10, which is definitely old school surfing. That's what they used to do. And it's just nice to
What is a hang-
watch.
what is a hang
It's
10?
when you take your toesies and put them over the end of the board.
That's what a hang 10 is?
Yeah, you don't know what a hang 10 is?
I thought hang 10 was like you chill for 10 minutes.
Oh my god!
Okay.
It's embarrassing.
That reaction.
I'm not exaggerating. Hang 10 is when you put your feet off the end of the board. You thought it meant hang around for 10 minutes?
I don't know.
You thought it was like take 5 times 2?
I thought it was surfing for maybe a 10-second to 10-minute period.
No. Unless I'm wrong about this. I hope
they're
I'm
not hanging.
You hang your toes off. You dangle
Ride a
them.
surfboard with all 10 toes curled over the board's front edge.
Yeah.
Oh, that's stupid.
All right, look at you. Cowabunga, Sean.
Sealand thought he could hang 10 for the longest time. And then today he learned.
I can hang one, maybe.
All right, we're going to go over to your dispatches after I tell you about what happened in Australia with these whales. And it was such an unfortunate story, but nearly 100 pilot whales beached themselves off the coast of Australia. And they tried
Took away their
everything.
pilot's license.
They tried everything that they could.
No co-captains.
And look, you can see them here trying to rescue these whales. They're all over the place.
Man.
And the folks who are out there in the business of saving these things tried to get them to go back out, tried to do anything they could, but they just wouldn't. And they look.
My God, that's sad.
Something weird.
Global
must have happened.
boiling.
I don't know what leads to this, but I'll put this up on See It Now on thenewsjunkie.com. All the whales.
Some of the shots, though, when the ones that were underwater, they don't look like the whales are beached.
No.
Like that one's not touching it's not bottomed
It's
out.
just in shallow water. It's like 4 feet of water or so.
And that's at that time, though, when the tide goes down.
Right.
Then they're going to be beached.
Well, they could, or they push further inland, but they're in like a big, like nest of whales, kind of. I don't know how to describe it otherwise. They're
like
all together.
Almost looks like they were trying to form a heart, but they just kind of screwed it up.
They all came together. They're all in this spot, and they keep trying to push them out to sea, and there's nothing they can do.
Why? Just grab a giant net and just keep going.
I would have thought there was something, right? But you know what they did? They killed them all.
No, they didn't. You made that up. You just made that up.
They euthanized them. I'm being honest with you. They euthanized all the whales that were gathered up in this place.
Well, you just made me really sad.
There was a whole bunch of them.
They had that much whale killing juice just
They
laying
did.
around.
They killed 100 whales because they were at this place where they had stranded themselves, and they said it was a difficult decision for all involved. However, the welfare of the whales had to take precedence.
That doesn't make sense.
The welfare of the whales that they killed.
Exactly. So the welfare's gone.
I have no idea what makes these animals do this.
It sounds like a mercy kill. Like if the tide had came back in or went back out, however tides work, and they did beach themselves and they were trapped out
They're
there,
all struggling.
Might have been like a much slower, more painful death.
Yeah, you got to see this. I'm going to put it up over at the See It Now section of the newsjunkie.com.
He's going to put a link to the moment where they started the euthanization.
No, I'm not putting that up. I'm putting the overhead shot where you can see what was going on with these animals. And I don't know what the hell is causing them to do this. I don't know if it's like with temperatures or with tides or anything like that. But
have they released the Miami Sea Aquarium whale yet?
No, I don't believe so.
Why did we
gotta
have
get
a
an
whole
update
press
on that, though.
conference about that?
Mystery whales in Australia. There you go. It's up on See It Now at thenewsjunkie.com. When we come back, we're going to hear from you. You're all teed up and ready to go. Plus, a young girl, a teenager, 14 years old, was missing for 4 years. She has resurfaced.
Oh,
she is alive.
And they euthanized her.
That would be brutal.
Welfare.
Maybe. Was she euthanized? You're going to find out. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Check out our new threads at Real Radio 1041 on Threads. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Watch out for delays due to an accident on State Road 408 heading eastbound at Goldenrod Road. The left lane is blocked. There's an accident on the off-ramp from Florida's Turnpike northbound to exit 259 I-4. You can expect congestion through the city on I-4 westbound between Princeton Street and Colonial Drive. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by ViStar Credit Union. Want to make your summer more exciting? Right now, sign up for a ViStar Rewards credit card and get up to 3 points for each dollar spent. Plus, check out the exciting new limited time offer where you could win big. Visit ViStarCU.org/summer to learn more.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
The best time to get a great deal on a Jeep SUV is now during the Summer of Jeep event. Now well-qualified returning FCA lessees get a low-mileage lease on the 2023 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo 4x2 for $429 a month for 39 months with $2,999 due at signing. Tax, title, license extra. No security deposit required. Call 1-888-925-JEEP for details. Requires dealer contribution at least through Stellantis Financial. Current lease must end by 7/31/24. Extra charge for miles over 32,500. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by 7/31. Jeep is a registered trademark.
Orlando's best comedy room is safely open. The Orlando Improv welcomes Miss Pat, who is declared by the Washington Post as unforgiving and darkly hilarious on July 28th and 29th. Tickets and showtimes online at theimprovorlando.com. Above all, come for the comedy. We could all use a good laugh. The Improv is hiring for all evening positions: line cook, cocktail servers, and wait staff, food runners, dishwashers. We cater to top talent and the best locals in Central Florida. Call 407-480-5233 or email for opening interviews.
The best time to get a great deal on a Ram truck is now, during the Ram Make This the Summer event. Visit Ram.com or visit your local Ram dealer to find the perfect Ram truck for you. Hurry in and make this the summer you drive a Ram. And right now, during the Ram Make This the Summer event, purchase and get 10% below MSRP on all 2023 Ram 1500 Bighorn models. Not compatible with lease offers or with any other consumer incentive offers. Contact dealer for details. Take retail delivery by 7/31.
We must all do our part to reduce the risk and impact of wildfire in Florida. Pick up yard debris, create defensible space around your home, and prepare an emergency kit. Preparing for a hurricane is similar to preparing for wildfires. Being wildfire ready is being hurricane ready. Hurricane debris puts us at greater risk for wildfire. It's not about if a wildfire will ignite, but when. Learn how you can be ready for wildfires at BeWildfireReadyFL.com. A message brought to you by the Florida Forest Service. Take control of your health and your wallet at healthfinder.fl.gov. Your one-stop shop to compare medical facilities in your area. From copays to x-rays, asthma treatment, and ultrasounds, healthfinder.fl.gov gives you a straight answer on cost and lets you compare against providers. Choose wisely. Live healthy at healthfinder.fl.gov. Paid for by the Agency for Healthcare Administration.
I had a radio listener call me after an accident. The insurance company offered him $700. He hired me that day and we recovered $100,000. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Potential clients may not obtain same or similar results. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
There's something about a Florida sky. It's painted in the most magnificent colors, clouds streaked with changing light. They say if you don't like the weather, just wait 15 minutes. The skies are electric and alive. So even as the storms get enormous, even as they're coming more each year, the beauty keeps me going. My flood insurance helps me stay. The only thing that's predictable is that I'm in Florida for good.
Protect your property with flood insurance. Visit floodsmart.gov.
Right now, you may be running a little late, or feeling stressed, or overwhelmed, and you may be going a bit over the speed limit. So to help you relax, exhale. Ease up on the gas. You'll get there when you get there. Take a moment to just chill. This little break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
This earful of Rail Radio is sponsored by RC Hill Mitsubishi, Highway 1792 in DeLand.
Only iHeartRadio gives you access to all of your favorite radio stations.
The Rod Ryan Show.
It's The Woody Show.
It's Elliot in the morning.
All of the once-in-a-lifetime events.
iHeartRadio Music Festival, yeah!
All of the best free curated playlists.
The best bands.
All of the great podcasts for every interest.
The stuff they don't want you to know.
All of the mind-blowing contests.
$20,000.
Awesome. All of your favorite superstars.
This is Dave Grohl from the Foo Fighters.
Best of all, it doesn't cost a thing. Download the absolutely free iHeartRadio app now.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by crimeline.org. Give a tip anonymously.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bonus. 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 That's bonus. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
I'll tell you what, one thing that absolutely blows my mind, I find this so stunning, is how much you can teach a dog, right? I know a lot of us, you have with dogs, and maybe your dog's the dodo. Maybe your dog doesn't do a whole bunch of things. Lady has a very limited set of tricks, right? She doesn't have this big repertoire to pull from. But there are other dogs out there, and they're incredibly well trained for specific situations. And this also makes me mad that people do like the whole stolen valor thing with needing to bring their dogs everywhere when there are people who truly do need them, like this woman that I'm going to tell you about in just a second. But again, it's amazing how much these animals can learn. And this is a dog named Bailey, right? And Bailey is with a human who has tachycardia syndrome. And Bailey can tell when his owner is about to faint and can do all kinds of things as a response to that to help the owner out, because the owner might faint at any point in time, could end up getting hurt or whatever. So there's footage of this, and I'm going to walk you through it so you can know what's going on, because it's, you know, it's a visual, but I want to bring it to you on the radio too. This woman is sitting in her apartment, looks like every other apartment you've ever seen in your life. She's sitting in a bar stool at the bar, and she's on her computer. Let me turn this down. And the dog is following her, right? She is up against the wall, and the dog notices something is going wrong. And then she goes down to the floor, and the dog is taking this as a sign that maybe she's got something wrong with her. Dog jumps up in the bar stool, grabs her medicine, brings her medicine. Then the dog drops the medicine off, goes to the refrigerator, opens up the refrigerator, gets her a bottle of water.
That is insane.
Brings the water over. And
oh my God, how stinking cute. Carl would never do that.
And then lays down on her lap, like, to keep her safe in that moment. And you go, my God, these animals can learn so much. Matt on YouTube says, yes, but can the dog perform CPR? I am not impressed. That dog ain't far away from it, man. That's pretty wild.
I actually watched, I mean, I've never heard of this used for like a medical condition, but I actually was like thumbing through a book years before I ever had a dog, thumbing through a book at the bookstore about different things you can train your dog to do and how to step by step. And one of them was get a beer from the refrigerator.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And it was like that. There was a towel around the handle.
I think that's how people generally do it, because the dog bites the towel and pulls open the fridge.
Pull it open, but you also have to teach the dog not to bite down too hard on the can, or else the teeth will go right through it. So you have to go through a bunch of test cans.
So there's a lot of failures
wrapped
going
in
on.
towels. Like, yeah, there's so many steps to get to this point. But then once you're there, I mean, that is an impressive parlor trick.
But what, I mean, Carl, maybe a Coronita?
Yeah, he's going to have to get a little teeny one.
I just need to figure out how to train him not to pee next to a pee pad.
You got to call that Pawfection guy. I mean, Daryl is the one who came over here in like a couple of hours.
For pee-pees?
Yeah, he could do all kinds of stuff. He can make the dog...
Lady still does pee-pees.
The lady doesn't go to the bathroom in the house that much. Maybe
I haven't seen a big old lady log in quite a while.
But that's not what we brought him over for. We brought him over because she was running for the front door.
Oh,
and every time she would go, she'd run for the front door. If you notice now, almost always, if the front door opens, she'll run backwards and sit to the spot where he told her to sit in the hallway.
In fact, because Courtney was not home when I got here, she was at the window at the front door.
Yes.
Waiting for Courtney to come home, as she tends to do, and it's the most adorable thing. And then when I rang the doorbell, she ran away from the door.
Yeah,
and
she goes back to the
front. Daryl really did a good number on her.
Look at that, he fixed her. That was in a couple hours. Imagine what the man could do in a longer time than that. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. Our friend Hollywood Brad emails.
Nice guy.
He's talking about The Rock, which we were discussing how he gave money to the SAG-AFTRA people to help them out as they're out of work right now.
Largest donation, single donation,
Yep.
seven figures.
A lot of money. They didn't say how much, but we did know that he just had a huge deal for a movie that he did, this Christmas movie that he's going to be in. The Rock appears to be a super great guy, Hollywood Brad says, and I'm sure he is. I've heard good stories about him from everyone I know that's worked with him. And his donation to SAG is very generous, and I'm glad he did it. But, people forget that the vast majority of SAG members have other jobs that pay their bills, and they aren't really financially too hit by the strike. It would be nice if people like The Rock would remember that there are hundreds of thousands of crew members that make our only living by working in the film business, and almost none of us have had any work for months, and probably won't have any possibility of work until next year. That's because other people made the decision to strike. He's so right about that. That's an interesting thing. Because the actors and the writers wanted to strike, it affects him and anybody else who's like lighting, filming, all the staff, all the crew that films these productions is affected by the decisions of the other people, the writers and the actors who act in those productions. And he's saying most of these SAG-AFTRA members have other sources of income to begin with, but if you're a cameraman and there's nothing to film, you're screwed. You know, you can't do anything until there's a change there, and that totally makes sense.
I mean, like, not that I'm, not that I don't feel for Brad, but isn't that the point of them striking, is to like put heat on. It's really to put heat on the higher ups because not everything's getting done.
Yeah, the media
and then
companies.
Brad and the rest of the crew they're kind of innocent bystanders.
It's like collateral damage.
Yeah. That's a better word. That's a better term than I came up with.
I thought both were nice.
Mine were
That's a
people
good
getting
one.
shot.
Right.
Either way, we had no say in the matter, he says. While I support SAG and the WGA fully, I think it's the Writers Guild of America, some of them seem to forget a little too easily how it affects the people whose hard work helped make them mega rich. I'm not saying anything about anyone in particular, but I haven't heard of actors donating to help crew members during the strikes. The IATSE has donated $2 million to charities that help crew members, but that's our money to begin with, and it may just be coming out of our pension fund. Anyway, nobody's looking for a handout, but a little awareness of the situation at hand would be nice by people who could donate $1 million and not even notice.
You know who needs to donate to the crew members?
Who?
Tom Cruise.
Yeah. His crew members have to work a little harder than the rest
Oh
of them.
my gosh, do they? Tom Cruise needs to shell out some money to the crew charities because those the no crew works harder for an actor than Tom friggin' Cruise.
They go, Tom, we got AI. We can use special effects to make it look like you rode
Nope,
your
I want to
motorcycle.
buy a 747 and we're going to blow it up. It needs to be real.
Tom, you don't need to actually physically hang on to the door of the plane as it's taking off or walk on the top of the Burj Khalifa.
I wanna
and
do
be like,
it.
nah, you know what? I'm going to do it. Fancies himself. I think, you know how we know people...
He's the epitome of little man syndrome.
How do you say this nicely?
How do I say this? So there's certain people that you'll run into in radio where you'll go, oh, okay, you have the job that you have, but really it seems like you would like to be on the radio, right? You run into people like that sometimes, and you're like, you have your job, but you actually enjoy going on the radio more than you enjoy your job, and that's kind of why you're around here. There's a lot of that goes on.
This is a dance.
I think Tom Cruise wishes that he was a stuntman.
But he is, though. Like, he does.
He's just
kind of it.
But he's so powerful and so rich, and he's in these movies. He just makes himself his own stuntman, and he just goes on and does that stuff. All right, let's get to this story of this teenager. She went missing in Phoenix, Arizona, when she was 14 years old. Her name is Alicia Navarro, and she left a note at the time for her mom. It said, "I ran away. I'll be back. I swear I'm sorry." She has autism. She is on the autism spectrum, and she has been missing ever since that. The FBI has their gaming computer and said a stranger online may have lured her away. They're not sure. All of a sudden, after 4 long years, she has resurfaced. She's now 18 years old. She went to a small town near the Canadian border and said she is the girl who vanished from her home in Glendale, Arizona in 2019.
Where's she been?
There's your good question. They said she is by all accounts safe, she is by all accounts healthy, and she is by all accounts happy. Those are the things that they're saying about her right now. They had been following thousands of leads, and they said that the now 18-year-old is alive and well. But where was she this whole time? I
Yeah.
know.
And the person who
was she with?
Exactly.
She
and
was some dude or something at
should
14
be
years old?
charged?
Yeah, there's more to ask about this. Let's see what they say. They were covering this on News Nation. And since nobody really watches that, this will be the first you're hearing of it.
Alicia was 14 years old at the time she went missing in 2019. She is also on the spectrum, and her mom says 2 years ago she left a note saying, "I ran away. I will be back. I swear I'm
Wait, what is this? They have a picture of her
They photoshopped a mask on her?
with a mask on that looks photoshopped because she went missing before the pandemic even happened.
So they think if you see her,
With
that's...
No, 2 years ago.
No, 2019. She's been missing for 4 years.
Why does it say she disappeared 2 years ago?
Oh, I don't know. They're wrong on this because the thing I said I have in front of me says she was 14 years old, disappeared from Phoenix over 3 years ago, and now
between
she's
2 to
18.
4 years.
Yeah, so she was 14 and some change when she went missing, and now she's 18 years old. Does that add up? Does that make sense?
I'm not here for math.
It's almost 4 years, but they must have done this like Sabrina saying to go, hey, in case she's wearing a mask, here's what she looks like.
It set off a frantic search and the first ever silver alert for a child in the state of Arizona.
Usually for
we
old
always
people.
check the house first to make sure a child hasn't returned or isn't hiding somewhere. They check the backyard. They were able to find some things were stacked up against the wall.
She
was
climbed
about
over.
4'5", so she had to stack things to jump the wall to run away.
So
Man.
she was kidnapped.
Well, she jumped over the wall, according to that lady, and got out of the backyard and left a little message. But a 14-year-old girl who has no money and no resources and is on the autism spectrum is not going to be just living by herself.
No.
She's going to be going with somebody. And then who is that person? So she might be fine. That's great. But they really need to figure out who she's been with this whole time. And if she like met somebody on the internet that lured her in, and that person should be held accountable for that. Because obviously there's a lot of crimes that have taken place if that's the case. He's 14 years old. I don't know many places where the age of consent is 14 in the United States of America.
Yeah.
That doesn't
And if
seem
there
like
are
it's a thing.
places, can we revisit that?
Yeah, that seems like a little too young. But they haven't figured out exactly where she was during this time. I'll keep my eyes on the story, and we'll see if we can find out what happened to Alicia Navarro. Let's go over to you real quick. Let's see what you got going on, because we do have some dispatches rolling in. And before we leave today, I've got to share with you yet another example of why we need some younger people to represent us in Washington, D.C. But now, right here, we go to Exshorn with information on the pilot whale incident where they had to euthanize those 100 pilot whales. Let's see. Hello?
Hey there. So this is in relation to the pilot whales in Australia. I used to work at a certain facility with marine mammals on the rescue team. And this same event has actually happened multiple times in Florida before. It's referred to as a mass stranding event, where most likely, although the cause can't be certain, most likely one animal or a few animals in the pod are sick, and they essentially beach themselves, and the rest of the pod kind of follows them. So that's why rescuers try to help some, push some back out if they can. But most likely, a lot of those animals are going to have to be euthanized. So
They all like just
it's a sad event.
Isn't that
go
weird?
down together.
Yeah, boy, that's kind of romantic in a weird way, but also
is.
really dark.
Like, look out for each other, but are you really, though?
I mean, it would be like this would be dark too, but
let's go.
It would be almost a better outcome if you could just euthanize the sick ones, and then the ones that are like okay would look around and go, oh look, the sick ones are dead now. Let's go back into the water.
It feels like once they start doing that, they just do that.
The age-old phrase, ride together and die together.
Oh, man, that sucks. Go check that out, though, over on the See It Now section of the newsjunkie.com or in the News Junkie app. It's right there, ready for you. When we come back, jury duty with a man, his couch, and the biggest mistake of his life. What happened? It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
You know you can always text us, unless you're driving, at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
This is Clay Travis. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz.
Buccaneers cornerback Carlton Davis is counting on Ryan Neal to be a major factor in the secondary this year, saying he completes the unit. To baseball now, where Rays right-hander Zach Eflin underwent an MRI on his left knee after tossing just 4 innings against Miami yesterday. And the U.S. women's soccer team's unbeaten streak is up to 19 matches after they played the Netherlands to a draw at the Women's World Cup. I'm Scott Davidson.
The brilliant EQE SUV from Mercedes-Benz, available with digital light technology. So smart, even the headlamps are thinking. The vehicle's all electric. The feeling is all Mercedes. Learn more. MBUSA.com/EQE-SUV.
Are you ready to put some cash in your pocket? Because Real Radio is giving you a chance to win $1,000 by putting $1,000 in your hand. You know the deal with our national contest. We'll give you a keyword at the top of every hour from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. And all you have to do is enter it on our website at realradio.fm for your chance to win. With 13 chances every weekday, you'll have plenty of opportunities to win $1,000 in your hand. But there is a catch, because there's always a catch. right? If you get a call, you need to answer your phone. That's right. The key to winning is picking up your phone when we call. So don't send us to voicemail. This contest brought to you locally by Mills Air.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
We buy any car.
Selling your car by yourself can lead to some strange encounters.
So how many bodies does this car hold? Bodies? It's a 5-passenger car. Right. Passengers.
Don't deal with selling it yourself. Come to WeBuyAnyCar.com instead. It's easy. You get in, get out, and get paid at a fair price.
I sell mannequins. Oh, what'd you think? Nothing. Nothing at all.
Get your free online valuation now at
WeBuyAnyCar.com.
Packing for your summer road trip? Leave the travel guide at home and bring the Autio app along for the ride. Autio brings any drive to life with fascinating stories about the places you go, all narrated by expert storytellers. Browse through Autio's more than 10,000 fascinating location-based tales to inspire your travel itinerary and discover unique destinations along the way. Wherever summer takes you, make your next drive an adventure with Autio, the perfect companion for your next road trip. Learn more at AUTIO.com.
I can't wait for what's next. Even with higher stroke risk due to atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Eliquis, apixaban tablets, reduces stroke risk. It's the #1 cardiologist prescribed blood thinner.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without talking to your doctor, as this may increase your risk of stroke. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or have antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or unusual bruising, or if you have tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. It may increase your bleeding risk if you take medicines such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Did you suffer through 2022 with a terrible bathroom? You wanted to make that call to Rebath in Mid-Florida. You just couldn't do it. Well, make 2023 the year that you finally need to pick up that phone and let these guys show you what they can do. And what they can do is amazing. Take a bathroom that you hate, it's old, it's out of date, doesn't look great, doesn't really complement your home, and turn that into a magical spa-like environment that you begin or end every day in, and it makes you super happy. Here's the great thing. They do this with their employees. They do it in just 4 to 6 days, and they give you a lifetime guarantee on the products and the install. And guys, these products are simply amazing. Natural stone, travertine, and marble, all those beautiful colors. But it's the quality of the products that you've got to feel when you go to the showroom. 436 up in Altamont, right across from Kobe. Stop in, feel that quality, picture that in your house. That can happen. They're exceptionally good at it. Let them design a bathroom that you are going to love using their products, your ideas, their ideas. And next thing you know, their craftsmen will have it installed and you will love it. 2023 is the year that you get a new bathroom courtesy of Rebath, midfla.com.
I've had this receding hairline, and I've tried a lot of these other products, and nothing really seemed to work. And I was introduced to Harem, and, after 3-4 months, I started seeing some new hair growth, especially where, in that receding hairline area. And my receding hairline is now no longer receding. My wife, she loves it. She says I look younger, and I'm telling all my friends about it. Product works great. It's making my hair a little bit darker. There's no chemicals in this. It's all natural, and I love it.
Made for men and women, Harem repairs and nourishes the scalp, which is the foundation for healthier hair. This, in turn, activates dormant hair follicles, which results in new hair growth. Harem treats receding hairlines, the crown of the head, and thinning hair. For a natural solution to regrow thicker, healthier hair, go to GreatLifeNow.com. Use code Radio15 and get 15% off, plus free shipping. Go to GreatLifeNow.com or call 888-400-0435. 888-400-0435.
Do you know the sound Dunkin' Iced makes? Of course you do. It's that sound of the ice randomly yet rhythmically shaking around the cup, creating the soundtrack to a perfect summer. And summer sure does sound good. Try Dunkin' Refreshers, iced coffee, cold brew, and lattes. America runs on Dunkin'.
At SimpliSafe, we've designed award-winning home security with advanced sensors, HD cameras, and now this 24/7 LifeGuard protection, only from SimpliSafe. Now, monitoring agents can see and speak to intruders through our new indoor camera to help stop crime in real time and for fast police response. Get 20% off any new system with Fast Protect monitoring at simplisafe.com/radio. Advanced home security, 24/7 professional monitoring for less than $1 a day. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season right now. Look for the Sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
From the Florida Department of Agriculture.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Real radio. 104.1.
Just a moment. Plus your dispatches. Those are all queued up and ready to go, and we hope to hear from you as well before the end of the show today. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. There is a man who is going to be very, very sad for a very long time in jury duty, and we'll get to that momentarily. But I wanted to tell you about this. I don't quite understand it. I'm just going to toss it out into the world because they say it's a big deal. They say scientists in South Korea claim to have made a breakthrough that, if proven out, would be one of the biggest physics developments since we built indestructible bridges out of bucatini. I don't know what that means.
The pasta?
Yeah, that's. I think it's a joke from the Morning Brew people here. But they said they made an ambient pressure, room temperature superconductor. So, like, we have superconductors that run all the programming of things.
Mm-hmm.
They can't run at room temperature. You have to have, like, a big cooling system for them, and I guess it's a big issue. But
and ambient pressure.
Yeah. And
that sounds like you wouldn't have to... There would be less trouble where it could explode or something like that.
Right, yeah. It says they're materials that conduct...
I said that a little weird.
Explode. It's, look, in the video that I saw with it, it's like this little chip about the size of, like, crumb, like maybe like an inch tall, but bigger than a crumb, like the size of a crouton. And the chip you just see, like, on a white background working or something. So it's hard to tell what's going on. It says, what's a superconductor? They're materials that conduct electricity without any resistance, making them highly efficient at transporting electricity. Theoretically, they can perform many useful functions, from speeding up computers to powering batteries. But the superconductors we've got now only work in extremely low temperatures and under extremely high pressure. So if we could fix this, we could have widespread high-speed maglev trains. Is that where it's like floating? Like floating above, like maglev, I guess.
That goes
like,
super fast?
Yeah.
I know. This is screaming hoverboard explosions.
Yeah.
Or, how'd you say it? Explosion.
Explode. They said you could have an iPhone that doesn't ever overheat if this works. Cheaper and more powerful MRI machines, and electric bills that aren't a major monthly expense.
Which, by the way, have you noticed the spike in yours?
It's expensive right now.
The most I've ever seen it,
Yeah.
and for no reason.
It's expensive right now, and I mean, it's
So
always
bad.
expensive this time of year, but...
This is the worst out of all of the years.
And I don't know that anything's working any harder this year. I feel like the power
we're
company...
getting charged more.
Yeah, they secretly move those kilowatt costs up a little bit more, and on it goes. Ambient temp means room temp, essentially, says I'm the PC over on Discord. Yeah, it's one of those things that the scientists tell me it's a big deal, and I'm like, okay, I believe you. We're waiting to see what happens with this thing.
So there's a part of our iPhone now that's under high pressure to work?
I don't know.
Or it's at least high heat. I get that. All right.
They're saying that it would never overheat. Does that mean like overheat, like if you put it out in the sun when you get that warning? Or?
No,
Because my iPhone's never overheat.
Mine doesn't get very hot unless it is out in the sun. I think they're just talking about like phones that used to overheat, or my drone heats up a lot. Like
Does it?
Like the battery and in fact, it heats up when it's not flying.
Huh.
So like when it's in the air and the air's rushing
cools
past
it down.
it cools itself down.
Yeah.
But if I'm trying to get files off of it and it's just sitting in my hand, it gets real hot.
That's gotten so much better. I don't know if you guys remember, but like old laptops, when you used to have them, those things will heat up so much.
The fans.
Yeah, and the fan would turn on and be like,
Yeah. No, thank you.
I think
it was loud.
I think they used to tell gentlemen to be careful how much that you put your older laptops in your lap.
Right, because it would burn your crotch.
Because the heat, affected the
Is
balls.
that burning pubes I smell?
I don't know if it's less dangerous or if this is really, really a good breakthrough or whatever, but I'm going to trust the scientist people.
Yeah, and I'm also going to trust the trials and errors before I put that anywhere near me.
The problem is, though, they said they've claimed that they could do this before. Other scientists have claimed to make this breakthrough, and then it didn't pan out. So,
Yeah, and now they're dead.
I'm not super excited yet, but could be something that's big. We'll see what happens. All right, let's get into it. Here we go. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
A national disgrace on YouTube says, it's all a big scam. Electricity could be free if they allowed it.
Thank you.
Everything could be free if
Been
they
saying
that. Everything could be that way. I mean, that's an idea, but I don't know if it's going to catch fire.
That
out
guy's
there.
never been on a beer run before.
All right. Jury duty brought to you by Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Love Mo DeWitt. He is the best of the best, and he's a great friend of the show. So we want you, when you have an issue, whether you slip and fall at work, get into a car accident, and you're not feeling so well, there's a lot of reasons why you need to reach out and get an attorney. And you need to get past this thing that a lot of us are kind of born with. It just kind of weighs on us where you go, no, getting an attorney is bad. I don't want to be litigious. I don't want to be that type of person. You are going after the insurance company in most of these cases. The insurance company is a faceless, gigantic, international organization that takes your money all of the time. They are a conglomerate. You shouldn't care after going after this faceless organization. You should care about protecting yourself and using an attorney that's going to help you. Mo DeWitt is the person who's going to do it. 866-CALL-MO, 866-CALL-MOE, or go to justcallmo.com. This is a big mistake. Huge. This person, a retiree in Queensland, Australia, and the person said, well, it's time to get rid of some of my stuff here, some of my furniture. And they had an old leather couch, and they said it's time to give it away to one of these, like a Goodwill type place.
Sure.
They bring it to the Goodwill type place. Here's this old leather couch. Wanted to donate it to somebody else. Here you go.
So crusty.
And that leather couch had some stories, like many couches do.
Stains.
But it also had some other stuff. Wasn't the stains he was pissed off about losing. It was the fact that there was $30,000 in cash inside this guy's couch, and he didn't realize it until after the thing was gone. And
$30,000 and you forget?
This is what he says. George, going by a pseudonym,
Sure.
said he was preparing to renovate his house in order to sell and downsize when he gave away the couch. It wasn't until weeks later that he realized he left $30,000 in cash stuffed inside one of the sections.
So he did put the $30,000 in the couch.
Yep. Yeah, he put it in there.
Okay.
But he thought it was in a different section. He gave away 3 parts of the 5-section couch.
Oh.
Didn't even check.
Oh, dude, come on. Now, if that's something you got to check on.
I also wonder, maybe I'm wrong on this, very possible, $30,000 in cash. Wouldn't that be a decent amount of weight in cash? Wouldn't it be enough to notice, like, is this...
Not if you get it all hundreds.
I guess it's a leather couch, and it's like
It's all
already
hundreds.
heavy.
That's 300 bills. That's not going to...
Yeah, you're not going to notice that at all. It depends on how he has
I've
it,
made
though.
that rain before.
It says...
Not hundreds, singles.
George
300
told
singles.
7 News he believed he kept the section containing the cash when he gave away the 3 parts of the 5-section couch set. I didn't even think about it for a few weeks. It wasn't on my radar. I think the bit that really hurts is I've done this to myself. I can't believe how bloody stupid I was, honestly.
Very dumb.
I really did have to stop and say, you're human, you made a mistake. If you don't repeat it, you've learned a valuable lesson and an expensive.
Okay, but there's no, who you donated
Somebody
to.
knows. The place who got the couch, they must have some record of the person who bought the couch.
Yeah.
No.
Why not?
You don't know.
You think if
Well,
you
did he give it to a person or did he donate it to like a Goodwill?
He donated to what they call an op shop, which I'm guessing is like a place that resells stuff.
But the op shop will then have that on display, and they can look at the records for the day.
Who purchased this?
And I don't think it's the same amount as a bin of T-shirts, I imagine. So they can go back to the records and figure it out.
I mean, if it was anything else that somebody bought, you'd be able to trace back to the person who purchased it. No, why not? What are you talking about?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
I genuinely think that if you go into an op shop, which is like a charity store, I think like a thrift store, like a Goodwill. I don't. If you go buy something there, usually they just put a price on it. It's not like a SKU number or
But they still
anything.
have
They must take credit
records.
cards or debit cards.
They have the books to keep.
If you bought a jar of salsa from Publix, they could trace that back to you if you use your debit card at the Publix, right?
Possibly.
If you use your debit card at the Goodwill type place, they would be able to see, hey, this person bought the couch, I would think.
Yeah.
Unless it was a cash transaction.
I don't think they skew it out that way. I think they just ring up item $20,
Right.
item $5.
Well, in your defense, it looks like he hasn't found the $30,000. So maybe that's the case. Maybe
Dumbass.
Maybe he's not able to find it ever.
I mean, if he had sold it to a neighbor or a friend or something, do you think there's a way of going, hey, can I come look through that couch? I think I may have left something valuable inside.
Oh, man. 30 grand lost. That is not a good time. When we come back, we're going to talk about a note that changed everything for a 13-year-old girl. She held it up. Somebody saw it. And that was a big turning point in her life. This just happened. I'll tell you the details. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
The 2023 Real Radio Charity Poker Tournament presented by JustCallMode.com will be August 19th. Get the details at realradio.fm/poker.
Travel with caution and expect delays. Authorities are clearing up an accident on Colonial Drive at Old Cheney Highway. The left lane is blocked. There's slowdowns due to an accident on Goldenrod Road heading northbound at Curryford Road. Heading through the city, watch out for delays on I-4 westbound between Princeton Street and Colonial Drive. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season right now. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
From the Florida Department of Agriculture.
Car crash? Call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
I can't wait for what's next. Even with higher stroke risk due to atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Eliquis, apixaban tablets, reduces stroke risk. It's the #1 cardiologist prescribed blood thinner.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without talking to your doctor, as this may increase your risk of stroke. Eliquis can cause serious and, in rare cases, fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or have antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or unusual bruising, or if you have tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. It may increase your bleeding risk if you take medicines such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Life is full of ifs. If you see potential in every day, if you push for that promotion, and even bigger ifs like if you say, I do. If you can cash flow like a pro and get paid up to 2 days early, if you can safeguard against surprises and supercharge your savings, the if in life becomes less iffy. Regions Life Banking makes it possible. If you're interested.
Let's talk about the if in life. Regions Bank, embrace the if in life.
Regions Bank, member FDIC.
This month, everyone's heading back to school. But while you've been busy buying new notebooks, backpacks, and lunchboxes, I've been coming up with a plan to help you buy a ride that's just too cool for school. Hey, it's RC Hill from RC Hill Mitsubishi, and I've got your key to looking fine in the car line. Right now, you could drive a nice new car for just $9 down. Don't sit in the car line with a car you hate. Ditch your old ride. You be proud to show off in the new 7-seater 2023 Outlander or the stylish Mirage. Cleanest gas car in America, 43 miles per gallon, starting at $15,900. And hey, if you've gotten a low credit score from the School of Hard Knocks, don't worry. My credit specialist, great on a curve, with rates from 0%. And our used car supercenter has over 100 fresh trade-ins starting at $5,900. Visit me to finish your back-to-school shopping, and you could drive home in a nicer, newer car for just $9 down. Hurry, this deal's done when the school bell rings. I'm RC Hill. I'm your car dealer next door. See all my A-plus rides at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Offers require bank approval. See dealer for details.
Attention business owners. Was your company impacted during COVID? If you had W-2 employees during 2020 and 2021, you may be entitled for up to $26,000 per employee through the Employee Retention Credit Program. This is not alone. The IRS paid back billions already. We've helped thousands of businesses just like yours. So let us help you. At ERC Business Solutions, we make it simple. We do it all for you, so you won't have to worry about the complex application process. There's absolutely no risk. If you don't get paid, we don't get paid. Most businesses do qualify, even those with no decline in revenues or those that already got PPP. Discover how much you can claim. There's no cost or obligation. Call now, 800-200-2250. That's 800-200-2250. Get up to $26,000 per employee. Call 800-200-2250. 800-200-2250.
Hey, Monster fans, Russ here. You know what is really scary? Utility rates. So let's talk about solar. You may have seen solar popping up all over the place. Well, there's a good reason. One is utility rates are rising. Two, government incentives can dramatically lower the cost to solar. So if you want to go solar, call Solar Source. Monster fans get special access to their new solar estimate tool. Visit solarsource.com/monsters. That's solarsource.com/monsters.
Hey, you want to get a Big Green Egg? The best place to go by far is Wassie's Meat Market. They will deliver and set up the Big Green Egg for you, and they make it so easy. Follow them on Instagram. It's Wassie's Meat Market, or just go to their website, wassiesmeatmarket.com, to get your Big Green Egg today.
Attorney CPA Joe Cordell.
Business owners and professionals face special challenges in divorce court. They have to contend with allegations that they are earning more than they are, coupled with claims on their business or practice itself. Clients with assets depend on their divorce lawyer's skills in these matters.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Orlando area attorneys. Office in Orlando. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
At Wells Fargo, if you accidentally overdraw your account, we give you an extra day grace period to avoid the overdraft fee. What if everything came with an extra day?
Sunday night and I have the Sunday scaries.
Honey, don't be scared. Every weekend comes with an extra day now.
All right. TGI Sunday.
It helps to have an extra day. When it comes to overdrafts, you can with Wells Fargo.
Visit wellsfargo.com/getextra to learn more. Terms and conditions apply. Subject to timing requirements and the bank's funds availability policy. Wells Fargo Bank N.A. member FDIC.
If you've been injured in a car accident, call Pound Law from your cell phone. Morgan & Morgan.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind Studios. Why Kaufman & Lind? Because you matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, BANK, B-A-N-K. Bank. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
I want to hear from you. Your on your mind, let us know. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com and record yours now. And as I said earlier, you have one final opportunity here to go over to the website and get the latest shirt. And it comes in 2 colors. Get them both. Be generous over there and support the show. It's called Last Minute Message. That's the name of the shirt. It's on a soft next level shirt. Really high end, really good quality stuff. And I hope you go take a look at getskywall.com and get that before the window closes. Probably going to have to shut that down today. Maybe, possibly, there were some people who were saying, come on, I get paid on Friday. Maybe, possibly, we'll have it open for a little while tomorrow, but there's a chance that it shuts down today. So go to getskywall.com. And we actually have to shut it down earlier this time.
Absolutely Friday.
Because there's money things going on.
Quarter,
I don't know how to explain it. Yeah, it's like the end of the quarter is in. That's exactly right. And so it's a thing. Anyhow, getskywall.com. Go get it while you can. I'm giving you plenty of warning over there. Before we go to you and your lovely dispatches, let's talk about this 13-year-old girl who I've heard a story just like this not that long ago. In fact, I think it might have been around us where this happened. But a 13-year-old girl who was kidnapped was rescued after holding up a note that said, "Help me," as she sat in her captor's parked car. Remember when that happened locally? Wasn't there
it was a restaurant worker.
And they held up a sign to the kid or something?
Mrs. Potato.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, yeah.
He was being, I think, like, abused. Yeah.
And the little kid, like, made a response to the server's note, and then the server was, like, called the authorities.
And also locally, not a child, but it was a woman being abused by her husband. They took their dog to the vet, and she, like, slid a note and was like, call the cops right now.
That's crazy. I don't know what I would do in that situation, but I think you just, by default, you have to take it really seriously.
You know, there's a, I don't know, universal, but national hand signal.
For like you're being abducted? Or
like you're in a situation that you need help.
Yeah.
It's you put your thumb in your hand. And it has been...
Just like that?
It has been utilized, like where... I think it was like some TikTok that came up not too long ago.
Why do most people not know that then? It seems like
a lot of
women
women do.
I never even heard of that. But you put your thumb inside your hand and wrap your fingers around it?
Like you do it like enough to notice, and obviously don't let your captor or abuser notice.
Right.
But
yeah, but it's smart to have that because you're really risking it if you're trying to slide a note and they catch you sliding the note, and that becomes a bigger issue for you.
That's how I used to make a fist when I was a kid.
Yeah,
with the thumb inside, and they were like, "Listen, dummy, if you punch somebody like that, you're gonna break your thumb."
Yeah, it's not good strategy.
I'm probably gonna break something if I punch somebody anyway.
Well, they said this 13-year-old was rescued after holding up this "Help Me" note. Stephen Robert Sablin, 61 years old, was indicted by a federal grand jury on charges of kidnapping and transporting a minor with intent to engage in criminal sexual activity. So this was very scary, this moment for her. She was walking to a bus stop in San Antonio, Texas, and he pulls up in his Nissan Sentra. He points the gun to her head, says, "If you don't get in the car with me, I'm going to hurt you." So she thinks she has no choice. She gets in the car, and then she was with him for a bit of time, the next couple of days, I guess.
What jobs do you have where they train you to look for this? I know flight attendant is a big one.
Is it?
Is that a server thing? Did you ever as a job at a server or any kind of training? Did they ever talk to you about trying to identify victims of kidnapping or sexual abuse?
No, not that I remember. Not with serving. Definitely when I was a camp counselor. Like spent hours
looking for bruises and stuff.
Just the way that they're talking and certain actions and behavior, and definitely like bruises, but like
that would always be one of those
as a camp counselor for sure.
Yeah,
it'd be one of those things where if I was in that position and I had like this training, when it actually happened, I would be like, "Oh my gosh, is this the thing? Is this?"
Yeah.
Am I sure? Do I have to be really sure about this?
It's heavy and it's scary to kind of do that because imagine some kid was coming to your camp, Sabrina, and you see that he's got like bruises on him and he's acting in a certain way, and then you bring this subject, this very touchy subject, up with the parents and go, "Hey, I noticed he has these bruises all over his body."
It wouldn't be up with the parents. It would be
with the police.
Enforcement.
So the police come and then they start talking to the parents about these bruises, and they're like, "No, actually, he fell off his bicycle or what," and then you're like,
you can tell the difference. You can tell the difference, though. I've seen enough Law and Order SVU to know that there's significant difference between falling off a bike, falling down the stairs, and bruises that are old and look like a grip.
Yeah, I mean, this was scary, and this girl.
Have you been
somehow was
trained
able
to identify pinching bruises, like really hard?
I can see them on my legs all the time. Love to get pinched.
All right. There you go.
know. Fun fact about me. Today I learned a little bit early.
Thanks for putting that out there.
Anyways,
I was just meant so you know that when mine are visible.
you get pinched too. C-Lane loves to pinch.
Oh no, I didn't.
Get
Didn't say I love it.
I've known you both for a while. I didn't know this pinching thing was existing on the side. Didn't know.
What'd you get pinched for?
Who's pinching you?
Who do you
Your
think?
Your wife is pinching you? Is this just a torture
She can do whatever
thing?
she wants.
Or is this like a love-making thing?
It's usually just a you're not
Babe,
giving me
pinch my arm. I'm about to.
you're not giving me attention thing.
Oh, well, then you're screwing up a lot, it would seem, from what I'm seeing here. All right, let's go over to you, your dispatches. We've got them right here, and we might as well get to them. Here goes nothing. Here is Concrete Mike talking about the money in the couch. Hello? Oh, hang on.
Mike?
Yes,
So
Mike?
that guy with the $30,000 in the couch, let's say they were all $100 bills. $100 bill weighs 1 gram. So that being said, you divide the 300 by 28 because 28 grams go into an ounce. You come up with 10.71 ounces of money. So yeah, you would definitely not notice that it's not even a pound.
Yeah, that guy's screwed, unfortunately for him. You know, one thing I saw the other day, do you guys follow Tekashi69 on social media? No?
I don't.
No, I do not.
I actually just unfollowed him. It's weird.
Really?
No.
I've been unfollowing a lot of celebrities.
Yeah?
I'm realizing now, like, I don't need to. Things come up on clips if it is relevant for, I don't know, the next episode, but I've unfollowed
What don't you
lot.
like about it?
I just, like, don't think I need that space anymore. Like, I get it. You're a celebrity.
I think
Cool.
His is the worst like that, too.
I think there's a definite difference between my story feed and my wife's story feed, whereas I know a good amount of the people in my story feed, and hers are like, I was like, who's that? Just some Instagrammer that I follow. Just some influencer I follow.
Oh, man.
It's Tatum the dog.
The one I watched the other day was, I don't know what's going on in this world of ours, that there's so many of these people that carry so much cash around on them. And Tekashi69 is like talking to the camera. He's like, this is my real life. This is how I'm living out here.
I'm sure.
And he shows this house he's at and huge mansion and stuff. And there's like 4 or 5 Lambos in the driveway, like supercars and stuff. And then he begins to open the door of one of the Lambos, and he starts taking out stacks of hundreds, and he's like, 10,000, 20. It's like taking all this money out. And then he like pops the hood of the Lambo, and there's money under the hood, and there's money in the trunk, and there's money. And he had $1.1 million worth of money in the vehicles of cash in the vehicles that he had in front of his house. I'm like, what? Why are you doing this? Number one. Number two, it's incredibly dangerous to show people that you've got $1 million in cash on you at any point in time.
My favorite is when you'll have a friend who put their password in the wrong place and they get hacked. And the people that hack them that start posting Bitcoin or foreign exchange, Forex scams.
Yeah.
And when they was like, oh man, and I just got this big deposit from a Bitcoin and a Forex, and thanks to @so-and-so, and you go to @so-and-so's page to see what they're about, and they have a lot of cash pictures, but they're fake. It's like the movie Cash. Remember that our friend had the photographer?
The gun, the cash gun. over
Yeah,
there.
if you zoom in on it, it's the
Remember
for
how much
motion
money
pictures.
you made that day, Celia?
It was a good day.
That was a big mistake
It
on
was
my part.
very bad.
That made me think I really need to watch what I'm doing when I'm making some kind of bet like
That
this.
got me the iPad that I forgot today.
Oh, God. I don't want to do that ever again. But we'll see. No birthdays roll around. Here's Flynn Bryan with a dispatch.
Yo, what's up, everyone?
Hey.
We're almost through this week. Friday is around the corner. Got a quick story. Falls in line with the speeding to take care of a loved one.
Okay.
Didn't immediately have the loved one that was in crisis with me. But 3 weeks ago, my wife called me on my lunch break and said, hey, just did an ultrasound. Doctor wants me to go to the hospital. Baby's heart rate is elevated. I don't know if I'm having the baby today or not, but yeah, just tell your boss know I gotta go to the hospital and you probably need to come too.
Well, that's scary.
about 5 minutes later, she calls me and she's at the hospital, and all of the nurses are waiting for her and the doctor because she has to have an emergency C-section. So, cracking up a little bit talking about it again because it was such a crazy day. So anyway, she calls me and tells me this, and I'm about half an hour away, and I made a U-turn and was doing 70 on streets that had lesser speed limits.
You know what? I don't blame you. I don't blame you for doing that. Your wife's at the hospital. You got to get there as fast as you can.
Sure.
She's having an emergency C-section. You're already freaked out because none of this was expected at the moment. I would be losing my mind if that happened.
Weren't you on acid?
No, I was drunk.
Coming down. Okay, got it.
I don't think I was on it. I was on acid when he was conceived, I think.
Oh, I love that.
Around there, somewhere.
No, you had that DJ gig when he was.
Yeah, the DJ
being
gig
bored.
the night that I had to go to the hospital. But I got there in time. Yeah, I was there.
I went to visit my friend who had a baby earlier this week.
Yeah.
And held, I think, for the first time in years, like a brand new baby.
Oh, my God.
12 hours old. You guys, like, one, I was as stiff as a statue.
Uh-huh.
They're like, Sabrina, you can put your arms down. I'm like, I'm not breathing.
I
And
don't
then-
want to make any mistakes here.
I think for the first time in my adult life, I was overcome with, I think I'm going to get me one of these.
Really?
Yeah.
You've been
like,
talking about babies a lot.
I think it's a fun little topic.
Yeah, no.
But it really is.
What a weirdo.
What?
It's a
But
fun little topic.
you know,
Why not?
But it really is just like an incredible miracle. And
Yeah.
Selena, I am so excited.
But
for
why
you.
all of a sudden do you want a baby so bad?
Because I'm in my 30s. My biological crotch is ticking. I don't know what to tell you.
That's not what it's called.
MoComedyJam.com.
Biological crotch.
One of my best jokes.
All right. Let's see. You know what? We're going to take a quick
And then I
break.
dropped it.
Little babies
so
are
much,
amazing.
So much for being all stiff.
No, I mean, it really is incredible. Like, they're tiny little fingernails, and then we were that
all
big.
of
and,
the information, all of the stuff that it takes to grow into a full adult.
and then your body
inside
just,
that.
like, transforms.
Yes, yeah.
And it comes out.
Yeah, the
Ugh,
human body
getting
is
emotional
amazing.
again.
Isn't that weird? You have I guess you grow more skin as you get older or something because you
No,
know,
it stretches.
You have that much skin on you. Is baby's skin really thick and then it stretches out as we go?
No, you grow.
Taller? We must grow more.
Yeah.
Scientifically, it just wouldn't
I
work
think
that way.
one like mind-blowing thing that we didn't realize when we were like starting all this this journey
stuff.
and the baby stuff, a fun little topic.
Yeah. And it told you.
It better be because it's all I can ever talk about. So one of the like most fascinating things I think we learned that was like kind of didn't know that is that a woman is born with every egg she'll ever produce.
Yep.
Yeah, that's wild.
So like all my potential grandchildren are in that.
And that
yeah,
baby.
isn't
For-
that
at least for
so
now.
weird? It's so bizarre, but it's like the miracle of human life when you think about that
Gotta
stuff.
freeze mine.
Oh man!
Dang.
All right,
Is that an endorsement?
No, I'm just it does blow my mind.
It's insane. I mean, and to see, like, to have that newborn baby, like, you think about and you're seeing your friend that's been pregnant for 9 months, but to, like, have that little baby in my hands,
Yeah.
I was like, this is how it all works. Humans are incredible.
and then the parents are like, we made another
baby.
little human. we created
and
a
their
little.
neck doesn't work.
Yeah, and now we have to. It's our job.
See, Lane's having a moment. He's looking out. He's like, I'm about to have one of those.
It's our job to protect this damn
There was a
thing.
moment during Billy Joel Monday night where they got done with something and Ashley looked at me and goes, "Oh, your son really liked that song." I was like, "Oh God!"
Oh, that's so sweet.
You know what's going to happen? It's probably going to be like a year from now, and you're going to be driving in your car, and you're going to hear Cats in the Cradle play, and you're going to go, "Oh, this old song," and you're going to be like, "Oh man."
Oh, butterfly kisses.
You're going to hear like one of those like really parent songs, you know? It's like
Hopefully
oh.
not the Eric Clapton one.
Oh, my God. Layla. She's talking about Layla.
Yeah,
That's what it
for sure.
was.
Anyways,
Now we actually have to play a couple more dispatches, just as the way life goes. Let's
I feel
go.
hot. You guys
Let's
know?
go over to Redfish. Let's see what Redfish says.
How come the Australians just do not call up Japan and have them come and get the whales, and that way they don't waste them.
Oh, so they can eat them?
They're
hunt them
sick,
down?
man. Did you hear the story?
At least one of them or two of them. We don't even know how many. There's 100 of them that ended up dying. Here's the drunken mailman.
Hey, News Junkie. Happy Thursday through the rest of the week. Hey, with global warming, I've always wondered, have they looked into possibility that maybe it's caused right now because the Earth maybe has shifted its orbital around the sun, where maybe we're a little closer to the sun now? Because, I mean, there's been periods in time, millions of years ago and billions of years ago, you got the ice ages where all the ice melted and then all the ice, reformed again. So obviously there's been heating and cooling periods that the Earth has gone through. So, maybe they're just not telling us. Maybe the Earth's orbit has shifted, so now we're a little closer to the sun, and that's why everything is heating up. So maybe it's just a you know what I'm saying. We're just unfortunately not partnering. Wiggle, wiggle.
Not going to work here.
Thank you, the drunken mailman. I don't know. Maybe you figured it out, man. I did see that. I think it was CNN. Let me see if I can pull this up here, because CNN was running an article about how hot it's been and like tying it into climate change and what have you. And they had a photograph of these people to represent how hot it was. Hang on, I'm trying to bring the actual photo up because I did think this was pretty funny. Here it is right here. CNN on Twitter. Heat waves in 3 continents have driven the planet's average temperature in July to levels not seen in 120,000 years, scientists say. But the photo that they're using for this, the people are wearing sweaters because it looks like it's from a wildfire and not from like some kind of heat incident. So there's one back here has like a jacket on and stuff, where they're trying to use that as the example for how hot things have been this month. They probably could have selected something a little better than that, but maybe it's hard to represent that in photos. Anyhow, regardless, it's hot out there, and people are going to be talking about that, whether you like it or not.
I mean, if they were trying to portray that it's hot, at least the photographer could have was just been like, "Hey, lady, jacket off."
Yeah, do that.
Yeah,
do that. Right,
for sure.
Quick break. When we come
baby
back,
talk?
you're going to get more of that. I promise. It's on the other side. Plus, a doctor is really upset about something that's been happening as of lately, and we want your dispatches. So go to thenewsjunkie.com and send those right now. It's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Find us on Threads at Real Radio 1041, powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Travel with caution and expect delays. Authorities are clearing up an accident on Colonial Drive heading westbound at Old Cheney Highway. The left lane is blocked. There's slowdowns on I-4 eastbound before US 27 and after State Road 429. Expect delays on I-4 eastbound between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season right now. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
From the Florida Department of Agriculture.
Don't miss the boat, my friends. Compare your quote today with that mortgage guy, Don. That mortgage guy, Don, president of Happy Home Mortgage Brokerage and host of the Home Loans Radio Show. He is here for you. Over 250 5-star Google reviews and 1,100 reviews at experience.com. Very safe to say that Don knows what he's doing, and he has some very happy clients. And I could say with full confidence that he's looking out for you. He has your best interest in mind. He wants to make the process of shopping for a mortgage or buying your first dream home easy. Now, when it comes to shopping for a mortgage, it can be complicated and confusing. But you know immediately when you go to thatmortgageguyDon.com, he made the process very, very simple. The website's very easy to navigate through. It's chock full of information for you. And any question that you have direct access to the expert himself. Via live chat, email, Zoom call, appointment, or get your question answered live this weekend on the air on the Home Loans Radio Show. But get the process started today, with someone who has your best interest in mind by going to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
The best time to get a great deal on a Jeep SUV is now during the Summer of Jeep event.
Now well-qualified returning FCA lessees get a low-mileage lease on the 2023 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo 4x2 for $429 a month for 39 months with $2,999 due at signing. Tax, title, license extra. No security deposit required. Call 1-888-925-JEEP for details. Requires dealer contribution at least through Stellantis Financial. Current lease must end by 7/31/24. Extra charge for miles over 32,500. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by 7/31. Jeep is a registered trademark.
The Home Depot and Behr are there for pros and now offer same-day or next-day delivery on top-rated Behr paints, stains, and primers. Get the most trusted paint brand in America delivered straight to your job site and spend less time stressing and more time painting. Contact a Behr Pro Paint Specialist to schedule your paint delivery today. The Home Depot. How doers get more done. Limitations may apply. Not available in all markets. See store for details. Ranked most trusted paint brand based on 2023 Life Story research.
Attention business owners. Was your company impacted during COVID? If you had W-2 employees during 2020 and 2021, you may be entitled for up to $26,000 per employee through the Employee Retention Credit Program. This is not alone. The IRS paid back billions already. We've helped thousands of businesses just like yours. So let us help you. At ERC Business Solutions, we make it simple. We do it all for you, so you won't have to worry about the complex application process. There's absolutely no risk. If you don't get paid, we don't get paid. Most businesses do qualify, even those with no decline in revenues or those that already got PPP. Discover how much you can claim. There's no cost or obligation. Call now, 800-200-2250. That's 800-200-2250. Get up to $26,000 per employee. Call 800-200-2250. 800-200-2250.
Have you noticed that solar panels are popping up everywhere? You never know who's going to have solar next. And here's a thought, it could be you. Utility rates keep going up, and now is a great time to save big with Solar Source. Solar Source has been getting the job done in Central Florida for almost 40 years. And right now, Monster fans get special access to their new AI-powered tool that can get you an estimate in 1 minute or less. Visit solarsource.com/monsters for an instant quote.
If you ride a motorcycle in Florida, someone can hit you and hurt you and legally not have insurance to pay you. Uninsured motorist coverage can help save you from financial ruin. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
It's the Marketer's Report. Today, Capital One's Chief Brand Officer, Mark Mentry, weighs in on building loyalty with customers.
Capital One has really worked to create amazing access moments for our customers. Anywhere from when we have a live event, there be customer events ahead of that. We will do sound check parties that only Capital One cardholders can get access to, and we can't pull that off without the relationship iHeart has with the artists, with venues to create these really exclusive events, festivals that iHeart puts on, gives Capital One the ability to create those moments. People are passionate about their favorite artists, and so we try to tap into that together.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to all, from national to local, every audience, live conversations, trusted influencers, and the insights and data you need to grow. Not just a media company, iHeartMedia is your access company. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Packing for your summer road trip? Leave the travel guide at home and bring the Autio app along for the ride. Autio brings any drive to life with fascinating stories about the places you go, all narrated by expert storytellers. Browse through Autio's more than 10,000 fascinating location-based tales to inspire your travel itinerary and discover unique destinations along the way. Wherever summer takes you, make your next drive an adventure with Autio, the perfect companion for your next road trip. Learn more at AUTIO.com.
Hi, I'm Sridhar.
And I'm Aarti. We have spent the last 20 years building and working at some of the largest companies in the world. We worked with some remarkable people. Rob McElhenney.
When I see the people of Wrexham, I grew up exactly like them, and I think that transcends culture.
Check out the Aarti and Sriram Show. That is AARTHI and SRIRAM Show.
Listen to the Aarti and Sriram Show on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcast.
Take a break from high interest rates with 0% APR financing at Sutherland Nissan Orlando.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, BANK, B-A-N-K, BANK. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Radio.
I think this happens much more than any of us ever acknowledge. But when you see a story where somebody has done something horrible and you go, my God, I can't believe somebody would do that to another human being. And then you hear the sentence that they get for the crime they've committed, and you go, wow, that doesn't seem right. That doesn't seem fair. Either it seems way too long or, way too short. And I think people are generally in agreement on this. I think people do not want to see people sentenced to long periods of time for simple stuff like drugs and possession of drugs and those kind of things. People do want to see people sentenced to long terms behind bars for, attacking somebody else or killing somebody or hurting a child or those kind of things. I think people tend to line up and agree with that. But I saw this one, and this 19-year-old girl out of Michigan, she killed her father by dousing him in drain cleaner while he was sleeping, and it burned him, and they had to bring him to the hospital for the chemical burns, and then 6 months later, he ended up dying. And so they arrested her for this and charged her for his death. And
how old was she? I'm sorry?
19 years old. Oh. And her father was 64 years old. She was mad with him because he was too drunk to take her to her hair appointment. And so she went into the garage or whatever and got drain cleaner, just poured it all over him. And that's what ended up killing her father. And she was found guilty of using harmful devices or irritants causing death in a 4-day trial that was presided over by Judge Victoria Valentine. So for this felony, she could have been sentenced to life in prison. She was facing life behind bars, or any number of years she could have faced, and a fine of up to $40,000. Instead, they sentenced her to 500 days, I believe.
Oh.
And she had already served that time, so they basically just let her go.
Oh, okay.
It was like time served.
Must be nice.
And 5 years of probation. And she said, I'm really happy I get to go home with my family. I'm excited.
I don't know if your family's happy about that.
Yeah, I don't know how they're going to feel considering,
so lock those, house cleaners.
Killed dad and everything. But you go.
Oh, they're definitely going to take her to that hair appointment next time.
They would say in this case, hey, I guess they would argue she was mad at her father because he wouldn't bring her to the hair appointment. He had let her down again. She didn't understand that this was going to lead to the level of damage that it led to. And they would probably say she, did intend for her father to get seriously injured or to die from this. That's probably what they went with. But, I mean, that's nothing.
It's not something I would have thought of as a punishment unless you, want something to be badly burned. She poured it all over the guy while he was sleeping?
Yeah, you don't think anything good's going to
out?
happen. Yeah, he was passed out, and she poured it all over him as he was in bed. And she got credit for time served. And she has now 5 years that she's going to be on probation.
And it's not like the time that I was passed out and I got glitter poured all over me.
It's just as bad, honestly.
It's bad, but it's not, I don't think the person with the glitter in their hands was intending on any sort of long-term injury.
No.
Just long-term glittery.
Yeah, you could have prosecuted, though. I think that's some sort of law broken right there. And keeping things in Michigan and in the world of dumb stuff, the Barbie movie is in theaters, and it is a big hit, friends.
Yeah, baby.
Huge hit, and it's totally anti-man.
You watched it?
No, I didn't go see this movie. I'm just going off of all the reviews that I've seen.
Got it.
I watched a 46-minute Ben Shapiro video, so I'm pretty sure I know what's going on in the Barbie movie, all right? I think I'm up on that. The movie is still in theaters. People are going nuts, and I haven't seen anybody doing this yet. Maybe you've seen this, Sabrina. But people are doing something they call the Barbie Feet Challenge. And
what?
Stepping
on your toes?
I thought they were already doing that.
Yeah, I think they were doing it before when the trailer came out.
Like the high heel. They were actually warning them not to do the Barbie Feet Challenge because it was like you were trying to walk on your toes like you were wearing high heels, but you don't have the high heels.
I don't know how she did that in the movie because she must have been standing like that for long periods of time when she was filming scenes where she had to do that.
I mean, they probably edited out.
They might have. I don't know. This is the challenge involves standing on your tiptoes, mimicking the high arch like the iconic doll. But again, this is not the first time we've heard of this. This is just another doctor, I think, who's jumped on board and saying, please stop doing this. It's dangerous. It's bad for your feet. The kids are just trying to have some fun out there, friends. All right, over to this before dispatches. They said 90-year-old Dianne Feinstein, we were just talking about her, they're voting on a defense appropriations bill and they said you can see her staffers when it comes around her. They're like, just say aye. Just say aye. Like they want her to vote yes on the bill. And it's like she's just like a vessel of a human being.
Aye.
They're like, say aye.
Say aye. Pardon me? Aye. Yeah.
How is this allowed? How is this allowed,
It's
man?
wild to me. Isn't it crazy?
That's so weird.
This woman is an elected official, and her staffers are running the show. They are not elected officials. Nobody voted for them to put them in Congress. But because they want her as a number, they're going to keep her there. And because, everybody else is like, she was voted into office because we vote people who are old as hell into office for long periods of time. Again, this points to what I was talking about earlier on the show. I won't repeat that rant, but you can go back in the podcast. In this case, it's like this woman is not all there. She's having to be told what to do. She's like, what?
Senator Feinstein.
Like, say yeah. Say yeah.
Say aye. Pardon me? Aye. Yeah. Just say I would like to support a yes vote on this.
Say aye.
Yeah, just say aye.
$823 billion. That's an increase of $26 billion.
Okay.
Oh, she's got some stuff.
Defense.
That sounds
And
cognitive.
It funds priorities.
Yeah, she just got started slow. Oh,
They're
now
just like, just say
look,
aye.
look, the staffers are they went back over to her. The staffers are back over to her. Just
Also,
say aye.
that coat.
Yeah,
That
she's
blazer.
got that's a 70s green if I've ever seen it. Right
Put her
there.
in front of the meteorologist screen. Just a floating head.
Look at the staffer. He's like,
submitted.
oh, he said just vote aye. Just vote aye. Because I guess she's not supposed to be talking here. Watch
Well,
him.
back in my day, we could say what we wanted.
He's literally telling her what to do.
Priorities submitted. Yeah, just say aye. Okay, just
Great,
aye.
Thank you.
Wow. God, man.
Also, there are so many people in that room.
It is kind of
Seems like a
uncomfortable.
lot.
So, wait,
The cameraman in the middle is so strange, too.
is this a situation in which like nobody's supposed to be talking that much? It's just yay or nay, and
Yeah.
aye or for or against, and because it would almost seem like a person like Dianne Feinstein would.
C-Lane, just say aye.
Well,
please.
no, it seems like a person like her
Too many words.
would want to, add in some facts and figures just to show everybody that she's not the puppet that we all absolutely know she is.
Right.
And so, she's like, I'm going to throw in some things here, but it's like, no, that's why.
It could have been that she was like, let me throw in some details so people know that I understand what's going on with this. And it's a 20% this and this and this. But they were all over her. And they're
90
like,
years old.
Just say aye. Just say aye. And we need to do something about this. These people are too old. They're too old to properly represent the rest of us. And there's probably 20, 30 of them that need to go in Congress altogether, that are at that level of age, at that stage mentally where they need to get out of there. And then once they're gone, or before that, ideally, put in a rule that says once you're 70, 75, whatever you want to do, once you're that age, see you later. Automatic retirement. You're on your way out the door. When we come back, final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut. And today we're going to wrap everything up for a Thursday. That is all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Enjoy the Twitter experience without the musk. At Real Radio 1041 on Threads. Powered by Anajar Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Rude Air Conditioning Weather Center, powered locally by Ferguson HVAC.
Hey everyone, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. Showers and some isolated lightning strikes will likely continue inland through the Orlando metro as we head into the evening hours tonight. Overnight lows will be in the upper 70s and then another round of showers and storms possible for your Friday. Forecast highs will be right around that 90-degree mark with a 70% chance for those showers and isolated thunderstorms, and high rain chances to continue for your weather weekend.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season right now. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
From the Florida Department of Agriculture.
Well, we're in the heat of summer right now, and if your power bill is really, really high, it very well could be because your house is not energy efficient or your air conditioning is not new and energy efficient, that can bring your electric bill up by hundreds and hundreds of dollars. In fact, about 70% of that power bill comes from your air conditioner. A lot of the other stuff doesn't pull nearly as much power as that. So you need an efficient one, and you need Mills Air to help you out. What you need to do is go over to their website. It's millsair.com, and you'll see that they've been in business since 1992. For over 30 years, they've been helping people just like you out to stay cool during these hot summer months. Their techs are the best of the best. You're going to love having these people in your house. They know about all the different kinds of ACs. They've seen the brand you have before. They've fixed the brand you have before. They are very, very experienced. They can service any brand out there, and they're a carrier-authorized dealer, which can get you big rebates toward a brand-new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. The phone number, write this down, 407-277-1159, or find them online at millsair.com.
The best time to get a great deal on a Ram truck is now, during the Ram Make This the Summer event. Visit Ram.com or visit your local Ram dealer to find the perfect Ram truck for you. Hurry in and make this the summer you drive a Ram. And right now, during the Ram Make This the Summer event, purchase and get 10% below MSRP on all 2023 Ram 1500 Bighorn models. Not compatible with lease offers or with any other consumer incentive offers. Contact dealer for details. Take retail delivery by 7/31.
I want you to remember this company, Phoenix American Hospitality. Visit PAHinvest.com. Their team buys world-class hotel brands like Marriott, Hilton, and Hyatt, then maximizes the profits of each operation. While the rest of America deals with the yo-yo stock market, Phoenix American Hospitality has paid their REIT investors more than 12% in annualized profits. Capitalize on the travel boom and diversify your portfolio. Visit PAHinvest.com.
Past performance does not indicate future results.
Join the City of Mount Dora Saturday, July 29th for Last Call at Sunset Park, 5 to 10 p.m. featuring Streetmosphere Entertainment and spectacular fireworks. Come dance to live music from West 27 Band, enjoy food trucks, and sip on refreshing tropical Floridian beer from Funky Buddha Brewery. Before the kids head back to school, celebrate summer at Last Call in beautiful downtown Mount Dora. Sponsored by Visit Lake, this event is free to attend Saturday, July 29th at Sunset Park. Visit cityofmountdora.com for more info.
Find high-quality healthcare in Florida at healthfinder.fl.gov. Effortlessly explore facilities based on quality measures like infection rates, surgical complications, and readmissions. Compare safety records for medical facilities like hospitals, nursing homes, and outpatient surgery centers with ease. Elevate your healthcare decisions with the transparency tool at healthfinder.fl.gov. Choose wisely, live healthy. Paid for by the Florida Agency for Healthcare Administration.
Hi, this is Ron Johnson from Utah. After 10 weeks of taking Andro 400, I lost 13 pounds and my waist went from 36 to 33. That was 8 years ago. I continue to take Andro 400 and I've maintained my weight at 172. Gained muscle and energy. I'm 63 now and feel better than I have in 30 years.
Hi, this is Sherry. My husband started taking Andro 400 a few months ago, and wow, has he ever changed. He's no longer a couch potato, and he actually likes to go out and do things again. Best of all, he lost his gut, and is he looking good. All I have to say about that is...
Andro 400, the natural way to increase your testosterone. Guys, if you'd like to lose your belly fat, gain energy and muscle, and feel like you did years ago, try Andro 400, the safe, effective, and inexpensive way to boost your testosterone. Andro400.com.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
When it comes to $1 small Slurpee drinks at 7-Eleven, no one's doing it like you. You're inventing new flavor combos, throwing caution to the wind. You're a frozen fizz whiz, a pina colada prodigy. You mix cherry and blue raspberry like a pro. Only you know the perfect ratio. Just when they think you're done, you add a splash of summertime citrus, just because you can. And because your small Slurpee drink masterpiece is just $1 at 7-Eleven. Slurpee, anything flows. Expires 12/31/2023 plus tax. Visit store for details.
Hear the latest news from the headlines on your phone. Download the free iHeartRadio app for exclusive live coverage of breaking news. From what's happening where you live to what's happening across the country. Live from the center of the story. Listen for free anywhere, anytime. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
Start saving on the road with Valero's 100 Days of Summer. Get fuel-saving snacks, swag, and more every day all summer long. Only with Valero Pay Plus. Download the app and start saving right now. Additional terms and conditions apply.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Wassey's Meat Market, the best place to buy a big green egg.
Radio. 104.1.
It makes me so uncomfortable. It's like actually wild to me how far this AI stuff has come in such a short period of time.
I gotta say that this last 24 hours has been what has really freaked me out.
Yeah, and you
the
don't
other
even-
stuff really didn't shake me as much as the song that we had, the
Right.
songs yesterday, and then what C-Lane just did.
And C-Lane said he's got there's some list somewhere of all the different ones that you can run. And
Yeah,
so there's ones we haven't even seen.
There's a bunch of celebrities on here, or cartoon characters is a big one too. Let's see. Trump's on there, Biden, of course, Justin Bieber, Michael Jackson, Peter Griffin.
Hey, guys.
Eric Cartman is on here. Frank Sinatra. I think some of those are kind of cool.
Yeah, but didn't you say there was another list that you had of all the different AI things you could run in that weird Google thing?
That's what this is.
That's what it is?
These are all
Oh.
the pre-made models.
What's the Google thing called?
It's part of a thing called Google Collaboratory.
Yeah,
and it's like where you're running on these virtual machines that have really good processors, but you only,
it runs the code.
You can only do it for free for so much a day before they start going. You gotta pay for computing power.
It is just absolutely crazy to see that stuff.
Well, whatever. It won't be as funny as us.
No, I hope not. Once they make it really funny, we're screwed.
Somebody,
Done for.
I don't know, haven't attempted this one, but somebody made a model of the voice of one Mr. Adolf Hitler.
Oh my God, Jesus! Why did that come to
Sound all
mind?
scratchy?
That's what I would be curious about. Is it all
Like
the yelling
old-timey?
voice? 'Cause
It
don't
must.
don't we have an old today? I learned that there was only one recording of him ever speaking in a normal tone.
Right.
All the rest of it was just him yelling.
He wanted to sound imposing and stuff.
Yeah.
So it'd probably be like that the whole time. All right, let's see here. What do we got here? We got Lisa
Big ol'
G.
thing.
We got her with the dispatch. It says mailbox money and babies.
News Junkie, Sean, Sabrina, Papa C-Lane. Happy Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. I just wanted to share, after the baby talk y'all just had, I also held a brand new baby, less than 6 hours old yesterday. My
Oh man,
second.
she beat you by 6 hours.
I know.
So adorable.
The hell,
And
Lisa.
again, I agree with Sabrina. It's so amazing. Also, I came home from that visit to some mailbox money yesterday.
Nice.
Boop, boop, boop.
Big
Nice
day.
little $32 check from Zune. So thank you, Zune, for the extra cash in the bank. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your Thursday. We'll pop.
Thank you, Lisa. We appreciate you.
I also cashed in that Zoom money.
Did you?
Uh-huh.
Man,
Wait, what?
there's so many of
I
these
thought I
things.
signed up for that.
I guess
Apparently,
I
the
didn't get it.
Facebook one's supposed to be some big money.
Yeah, the Facebook one is they were forced to advertise it on Facebook because you see as a pop-up and stuff. But yeah, I mean, there's so many of these. You should always do them when you hear about them on the show. So you get the random mailbox money, and all of a sudden some extra cash pops up. Why not? Last one, here is Tater Hog.
Good afternoon, junkies.
Hey,
how you doing?
Tater Hog.
Hey, quick hot take on the whole child abduction, kidnapping thing. So I'm a truck driver. I actually went to a school to get my CDL out in Sanford,
Nice.
Truck Drivers Institute. Shout out to them.
Yeah, what up?
They actually teach you in the class, in the school, you know, things to look out for when driving down the road or at truck stops and rest areas and things like that, to look out for human trafficking with both adults and kids.
He's not the only one who said that. There was other people who said that too, that truckers learn to look for this stuff. So that if they see somebody they think is in trouble.
Somebody also mentioned hotel employees.
Yeah, I know that for sure. They even do like sting operations with some hotels.
Yeah, I mean, it's something where those people who are watching
Probably information
folks,
I shouldn't have said.
Well, it's just good that those people are out there watching for this stuff. At least somebody's doing this. Let's do the stories that didn't make the cut here. British Airways made a mistake, and they realized that they didn't have any actual airline meals to serve their passengers.
Oh,
I thought you said airwaves for a second.
When they arrived at the halfway point, when they were going to do second leg of the flight, one of the other British Airways employees went and got the closest thing that they could. They got KFC for everybody on the plane.
Nice.
That's awesome. I was like, I wouldn't be upset by that at all.
I would when I have to be the cleaning crew and all the greasy fingers.
Yeah, it's going to be a
everywhere.
mess. But if I was a passenger, I'd be like, hell yeah. I like this. All right? Chicken.
It does depend on how much you paid for this British Airways flight, because if you're in one of those like pods that has a bed and caviar and all kinds of stuff, and
Still
then they're
getting the KFC.
getting KFC, I'd be like,
let's get the hell out of here. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Thursday, July 27th, 2023. Today I Learned sponsored by J. David Tax Law. Peace of mind is only a click or a phone call away. Today I Learned this guy. Right
That is good old Bob Dylan.
That's right, Bob Dylan. In
Robert Zimmerman.
2009, Bob Dylan was detained in New Jersey. He wandered into the yard of a home that had a for sale sign on it. The people did not recognize Bob Dylan. The home's occupants became spooked by his appearance and called 911.
They tried to ask him a question. He's like, no.
They said he identified
Nice
himself as Bob Dylan, and nobody believed him. So they brought him to his tour bus, and the tour bus people were like, yes,
sad.
that's Bob Dylan. That's actually him right there.
We were looking for him for hours.
Today, microwave technology has barely evolved in the past few decades. Most countertop microwaves in the U.S. have not advanced in any way, and almost all of them are made by one company, Medea.
whoa. I happen to know
Medea.
that 30-second button hasn't always been there, and that's
true.
the best advancement to microwaves.
Today, in this group right here,
Rolling Stones.
That's right, the Rolling Stones. The
Beatles,
last
huge
time
fans.
a Rolling Stones single reached #1 in the UK charts, it was Honky Tonk Women back in 1969. Despite them releasing 15 albums in the 53 years since then. 53 plus, some is older. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We're back tomorrow, same time, same place. In West Palm Beach, Rover's up next. In Orlando, it's the Jim Colbert Show. It's all on the